Fucking rats.
Indeed. As I begin recording. So,
Brain rats.
Inquisitor Arja, Liska, Grunker, Sayun and Vellum have decided to take up the task given to them by the High Dwarven King Brator Yonmar to find his daughter, who ventured into the mines and has not been seen yet. During the prior attack on Doonholler by Deep Dwarves riding Wormback, the High Priestess, Ilara Onyxoth, was also taken. Asking around, it was revealed that Deep Dwarf forces assisted by dark, cloaked other kind of Deep Dwarves and goblins, both green-skinned and deep goblin variants, as per Grunker's species. The goblins themselves appeared to be taking people with them underground. With that, you spent a few days to rest and recuperate, and then headed into the mines, where they'd been experiencing small Deep Dwarf attacks months prior to the main attack on the Citadel, as well as an issue with the recently cleared Spider Den. You ventured deep underground, using a map of the mines to venture to one of the 3 breaches. You entered the abandoned section of the mines near the 3rd breach. The rats that had taken over this area you discovered weren't normal rats, but rats with mind-controlling abilities, brains exposed through their missing craniums. You now stand, recovering from the ordeal, and left to wonder who, what, and why. I bring you all back to the map. Alright. So, what do you all choose to do?
Fucking rats.
Is
That
everybody
was-
okay?
Yes. Infuriating, to say the least. I do not like how they claw at your mind.
What the fuck were those?
No idea. Never seen before.
I can only assume some kind of experiment naturally occurring, maybe, but I doubt it.
If we didn't have enough to worry about down here, now we've got to add experiment rats to the list.
Maybe we shouldn't. Let's just obliterate any we find. Just any rats, just to be sure. I really don't want to get hit in the ribs again.
I doubt any of us would want any of them within 10 feet of us.
Yes.
You know what,
That
after
is-
this, I'm going somewhere a little nicer. There's first the snow, then the cold, and then fucking the ground, dank, rat-filled fucking hole.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it would be nice not to have a mountain over my head. That's why I have taken so many hunts lately.
Getting stir crazy.
Too cramped. And she just sort of mildly gestures to the tight corridors around.
Yeah, Liska is going to turn around, like lift a hand up and just touch the ceiling just above her horn tips and be like, yes. A little cramped.
The horns sort of kind of scrape against the ceiling a little bit.
You should be more careful than that. Horns
is
are
this
very
a-
important.
Box?
This appears
What's
to be
this on
a mine cart that's kind of
it's a
sat
minecart
on
turntable, like
on a
trains.
turntable. Yeah.
Neat.
Oh yeah, up above is another turn. We've got 2 turntables. No
Tables
microphone.
have turned.
I go ahead and I cast light on my little orb.
All right. If you select your token, you've got light on, light off in the top left.
Light on, light off.
Is there a
Light
clapper installed?
on,
Where?
light
Oh,
off.
hey.
Oh, nice.
Hey, that's really cool.
There you go.
Okay, that's pretty fucking spicy.
Like, who is that tied to?
Pleasure.
Oh, neat. So since
He's
you have
casted
the
light
light,
on his
Yep.
his step.
you're the light source, you can control it. That's cool.
You also have long rest as a button there. So if all of you select your tokens,
Ooh. Yeah, I see it.
yeah. So just hit that, and that will refresh all your spell slots. That'll heal you to max as well.
Not right
But
now.
we have
obviously.
Yeah.
not taken one of those.
Yeah. Not right now, of course.
I really should make use of that bar more. I just end up doing it straight from the sheet.
Right.
This is what I'm used to.
Going to look at Sal. Try not to sneeze. And so where are we right now?
We are, well, moments away from the third breach. It is more or less just over the river. And she sort of does a gesture to the track going towards the river.
This way?
Yes.
This will point with.
Yeah. Yes. That way.
uh,
But the bridge to cross it is, well, behind us.
Wait, it is not here, the bridge?
This should be, let's... Ah, there is another bridge here. Good.
Maybe the map
Oh.
got outdated or something.
It's likely it's a mine. Constant work means, well,
You look down over the ravine itself is about 30 feet deep. It's a 30-foot drop down to the river below, and it seems to be flowing. This way.
Okay. Liska is going to, given the state of things, get her hammer and kind of angle it over towards the mid of the bridge and just kind of apply some pressure to see if it holds.
Seems sturdy, for now.
Right, for now. Well, Liska's going to get a little hop over because she can. Because she's a big lass.
Literally jumped bigger gaps.
Yep. And she's gonna basically get here and then just wait for people to come over, ready with weapons and whatnot, in case something were to attack while they're crossing.
Well, we'll go next very carefully.
Right.
There we go. Oh, hey, there was a bridge there.
Sal giving a nod to Azure to...
Then he will go next.
Vellum, as you kind of step by Liska, you do see near the breach, because of your passive perception, what appear to be marks in the floor, in the dust and the dirt.
Can you ping for me?
Appears to
Oh,
be,
in the bridge, yeah, here. Okay, yeah.
appears to be there.
Gonna sort of angling around Liska's leg, just gesturing towards where the markings are. Take a look at that.
Seems like a lot of blood. Perhaps.
How big are the marks?
The marks themselves look about a foot in length. They look like boot marks, from what you can see.
Promising.
A literal foot in length.
Mm-hmm. You
It's almost
also
like that's happened.
you also notice long grooves in the floor that seem to lead towards this breach.
So I see, this stuff. All this stuff here. Does it look like, just kind of peering around corners and whatnot, that I almost wish you could make the background for Roll20 black. That'd be...
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
yeah, give me dark dark theme. Roll 20.
I've
wonder
been
if better
wanting
roll
that for a
20
while.
I wonder if you can do that at like just the base roll 20. Anyway, so yeah, looking at that, Liska's just gonna kind of move around very carefully. Like, I'm guessing this is a pickaxe, another pickaxe.
This be a couple of pickaxes that have been left aside.
And it looks like all the stuff leads to a cave-in? Is that what this is?
It appears to be, so yeah, make a perception check.
Oh, I should probably get my character sheet up.
That would help.
Hmm.
Like a
Well, you
refresh
can also select your token and do a skill check in the top left.
All right, that's true. You do have that. Well, perception. 11.
It's difficult to see in the darkness, but you do see another set of markings over here, as well as the other three.
I'm sorry. Where did you ping?
Over here.
Okay. Like, oh, blood. It looks like fresh blood. Is it fresh blood?
You can check if you like.
I will.
All right.
Meanwhile, I noticed there are some things on the ground where Sao is. What are those?
What are those?
These appear to be rations that have just been tossed aside. They're kind of old, rotten. Looks like the rats have gotten to them.
Yeah, some blood up here as well.
This goes. You kind of bend down, kind of brush your hand through the dust, the dusty floor of the cave. You kind of rub it between your fingers. It's again it's the familiar copper smell, and it kind of flakes. As you kind of lean down to get a better look at this, you also notice there's no boot marks on these grooves. It's just the grooves that lead into the breach.
So, with that, I guess Liska's gonna do one final little look down here, not see anything that's visible. Actually, can she reach up and tear off this crystal fixture and then use it like a torch?
Make a strength check.
All right.
Would you like me to just pop your mace?
I mean, sure. But I don't have a light.
Yeah.
Hold on. How about we just do this? As he reaches out and touches the hammer with a little prayer, and you have light on you.
For you. I mean, okay.
I'll just manually add your token. There you go.
Now you have both hands free, yes?
Yep.
Or at least for your weaponry.
Oh, hey, more blood. So much blood.
Oh. Great. Would someone who's better at hitting things like to trade spots with me? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I thought I was muted, but I was not, and I muted myself again.
Well done.
Go team.
I foresaw myself being muted, but did the exact same thing I thought would.
Hoisted by your own petard.
Um,
So Liska's gonna point at the tracks that go this way now, and it looks like a bunch of stuff was dragged in. Question: does it look like? Do these double trails that seem to go like this way and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
Do they? Are they like the same amount of distance between like two dragging heels? Like if you're dragging a body?
that's a very, very good observation.
It's. I will say, Go ahead and make a survival check.
Right. I'm decent with survival checks
Three.
because Hunter's Keep. Unless I roll a 4.
10, middling, but it's not very high DC. These do indeed look like these kind of multiple sets of the grooves on the ground. It looks as though someone put the heel of their boot into the ground and dragged it through the dirt.
Let's go. We'll share this revelation with the party.
Fuck it.
So it looks like whatever just recently happened, some bodies were taken down that hole. Is this, I mean, I am all for exploring. I feel like we have a lot more of the mind to explore, but I feel like this is kind of the entrance to the next level.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Whatever was being dragged, did it come from here or further?
It looks like, given the proximity of pickaxes to the drag marks, I feel like the miners were probably from here. Hold on Alt. I'm going to move my token so I don't auto snap.
Yeah, you've got the.
I have a feeling, but I could be wrong. Liska,
Duh.
when it comes to taking prisoners, would incapacitating them first and then dragging them off be the easiest solution, or simply just taking them unwillingly? Because as she gestures around, I don't see too much struggle here. Sure, the rations over there are left, but it seems like they were just taken.
Well, it looks like, and she's going to point to where there's some blood down here. It's like it looks like a few were incapacitated, and she does like air quotes. But there are no drag marks for them. Whereas over here, it looks like it is generally easier to carry or at least drag a an unconscious body. They do not struggle. I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to try to pin or wrestle somebody that doesn't want to be pinned, but it is a lot harder than, say, pinning an unconscious body. So I think from what it appears that perhaps they were ambushed, and as the name Breach implies, and dealt swiftly with before they were taken back down.
Right, so I guess we're heading down here then.
Does that seem to be the consensus?
That would be the only option downwards, no?
Seems smartest, yes. We may just have to go down that way. Is there anything left on this level we want to investigate? Make sure we're not leaving anything behind.
I'm gonna look to Sal.
Does strike me a bit odd. Why
Also,
capture the miners, but leave all the equipment about? Were they just going for the people, or?
Well, I mean, they're drawers. I do not think they need motor mining equipment.
No, you misunderstand. Would they just try to take the people, or were they trying to make conquest?
I
Because
think the miners might have been getting close to. If this is where them deep fucks are gone, then they probably got close to finding him, so they took him.
But wouldn't it not make then good sense to try and reinforce the position?
That'd be
and
too
gestures
obvious.
to the breach hole. This right here is quite literally an open invitation to come take a look.
Reading rainbow.
Why not?
Maybe.
Why not cause a cave in here and then just have the dwarves realize, oh shit, the grounds here are unstable.
Well, I mean, from what it looks like, and she kind of motions around, the dwarves had abandoned this part of the mine some time ago. Like maybe this was one of the reasons why.
True.
Besides, if you went and fortified a barricade and all that business, it'd be more obvious than if it's just a hole in the ground.
I'm just getting very mixed signals. Like, the entire way here was empty, besides the rats. The guard posted down further on was just there with a gate. Not even, an iron locked rot door of massive in size to keep somebody out. It was just there as a precaution.
Well, we're not gonna really know until we go look. I think we can and ah and guess, but that's all we can really do until we see more.
Well, Lithka, since she's standing by the hole, is gonna kind of like look in and hold her hammer over the hole to look down, see if she can see anything.
It appears to descend at appears to be like a 45-degree angle before leveling off into darkness. It's about a 10 foot by 10 foot wide tunnel. It seems very smooth.
Like worm smooth. Like Liska's seen like the holes that those fucking worms leave because they were attacking the Hunter's Keep. Like, does this seem to be like a hole that a worm came out of?
Go ahead and make a nature check with advantage.
Right. Just a flat roll. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
That is impressive.
That is
That
impressive.
is, I'm not even
It's-
sure what to take
it's,
of that because
God, I leave for 30 seconds and you double crit fail.
No, on
As-
advantage.
As
On
you,
advantage.
as you kind of lean further in with your hammer, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, come on, Janner.
Double that
rocks, am I
once.
right?
Double that once.
On like not a fine, whatever.
Okay.
16.
Fine.
You just about steady yourself from tumbling down into the hole.
Fucking Janner.
Sal just gives Liska sort of a look like loose rocks.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, it's just admiring the dwarven craftsmanship.
Sure.
But for what it is, I don't know. Like, we can go down here. We can explore a bit more. From what I remember, the pathway that wasn't here, but that we came back through where that cave-in was, that Gronka did not want to touch. There was a path that led down beside the river. We can check that, but I mean, it really all depends. We can go down here, or we can continue down by the river.
Couldn't to quickly check if there's anything else. This may not be the only way.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We shouldn't wait too long.
good thing I brought those spare climbing kits.
Yep.
And Sal sort of unslings her backpack and starts taking out the gear. So let's see here. And she just looks up at Liska, sort of eyeing her size a bit, and just sort of looks back into the bag. There might be an issue. Not saying you're fat, but
I'm big.
yes.
You could have just said I'm big. Like I know I'm big. You're all tiny.
You're 4 times my weight and twice my size. I'm just saying.
Oh no, you're both pretty. Now can we get on with this?
Look who's talking here. And Sal just sort of catches herself like, I shouldn't have said that.
Well, I'm trying to make jokes, ladies and gentlemen. It's why he doesn't do it.
Alright. Now taking out the spare rope and the 2 climbing kits. So do we take it the safe bet? Because we have about 150 feet worth of rope for climbing. That would be enough to go down to the bottom? Or do we assume that we need more?
What is the issue here?
There is technically no issue, I'm just voicing my, well, concern that
Well, what are we preparing for?
climbing
How
Down
far
the hole.
down through the hole, I don't see any deeper route from here.
Were they not dragging him off over there?
Do you see tracks?
For clarity, see from what you saw, Liska, that the hole descends for a kind of steady 45-degree slope before it levels off horizontally.
Yeah.
And the tracks were towards the, hole. Yes.
that hole?
It appeared as though they were going into the hole.
Okay.
Does it look like you said it's relatively smooth, or is it like completely smooth?
It's relatively smooth compared to natural cave walls.
Okay, so like it wouldn't.
There's imperfections in the walls, but comparatively to the rest of natural cave, it seems smooth. You're not sure why, because you rolled a natural one on both. Yeah, advantage.
Yeah, double nat ones on advantage. Yeah, for me. Well, she's gonna look at Sal's like, well, easy to get down a slope like this, harder to get back up. So I don't know. I guess you can have the climbing equipment, and then we'll
Pipes
come
into
back
the
this week.
walls and tying ropes to make sure we have a way up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for this, I do believe we would be best suited to have Gronka do it. He is the smallest, lightest weight, and, well, I'd argue he can probably hammer a python into the wall better than I can.
Alright, Gronka.
I might be dexterous, but strength is not a suit I'm good at.
I've been muted. Good job, me. Out of character. Don't think Gab's back yet.
Yeah, Gabba's doing some things.
Liska can also. She's like, I happen to have a hammer, and it's good at hitting nails.
Well,
Or pythons.
we're looking to have the python stick into the wall, not flattened against the wall.
I mean, if they're strong enough to go into stone, I don't think you should let them.
Fair
I
enough.
can at least do the first one.
That would be a great start. And Sao takes out one of the pythons and hands it to Liska.
And Liska will basically like get down, like onto a knee and hold it in, and just use her maul to like tink 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 tink.
Okay, easy enough to do. Are you going gradually all the way down until it levels off?
I mean, yeah, we can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's just take it from there.
All right. So bit by bit, you make a nice neat trail of pythons down until the tunnel seems to kind of slowly level off into a sort of horizontal tunnel.
I do need to know how far down lengthwise is it, because I need to account for rope.
It's about 60 feet down.
Alright, then we can just use one rope for that.
Alright, cool.
All right. So you now have a way to easily get up and down the slope.
Hey.
You make your way in.
Hey. Onwards.
All right then.
Yeah.
So you make your way into the breach, one by one, climbing down, disappearing into the darkness. Footprints and grooves in the dirt and dust continue down as you all continue to follow them, as the light from Liska's hammer leading the way. The three pairs of what appear to be brute prints and grooves, as well as the one set of just plain grooves without the brute prints. Gradually, the sound of the water leaves you behind. Will
I
descend
don't like
into
this.
darkness.
I don't like this fucking image here. No.
Mhm. And suddenly, eyes in the darkness.
I say it reminds me of that one Dark Souls meme where like the guy's walking forward and then he just like exposes the
Suddenly
giant
skeleton.
skull thing, and he's just like, nope, and he just turns and walks away.
That's what I'm expecting.
The tunnel
Only
is
one way to find out.
once again 10 feet by 10 foot tunnels. Liska, your horns kind of scrape against the ceiling. You have to kind of duck, and is seemingly endless as you make your way through the pitch blackness. Besides, Liska's light leading the way. There is no change in topology the further you descend. Very smooth, and it just keeps going. You continue in silence for about an hour.
Oh, better refresh that light spell.
Yep.
Easily done.
No change. The tunnel continues to descend and descend and descend.
Ben's going to be keeping a sharp eye out, mainly towards behind us and to the sides.
Alright,
Liska's obviously got the front and is probably taking up most of the view anyway, so...
make a perception check.
What could possibly go wrong? Touch on wood. Nope, I double clicked. 7.
I'll take the first 7. So the active perception doesn't much trump the passive perception, but you do notice from your passive perception you do come to eventually confluences, meeting points of other kind of similar tunnels. Seems to be headed in similar directions back from where you came. It's like travelling down the branch of a tree where you started from the tip of a twig.
Right. Any signs of which way we... if there are any more drag marks or anything like that that might denote the branches used?
You begin to make your way further down the tunnel, and you do notice there are a couple more drag marks paired with imprints in the dirt that come from these these confluences. The tracks you've been following still continue down into the darkness.
May I doodle on this a moment, Jader?
Doodle?
Yeah, I can use the freehand tool.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So basically, just for clarification, oh, that's black. That's a terrible fucking color to be using.
Yeah, just use white.
I'll use red. So we started from here, came down, and then we saw other ones coming in like this,
Yep.
and they all came into the one tunnel.
Yes. After about an hour,
Saw
after
more Dragmark coming from tunnels like this into the main.
yeah, not from every confluence, just
But from some of them.
Yeah, from some of them, occasionally you'll see a couple of drag marks paired with imprints, similar to the ones you've been following. That one singular pair of just lone standalone drag marks, also.
Okay. Well, just wanted to get that clear in my mind.
I like how you drew a person.
I couldn't help not put legs on it.
Person with bulbous armpits. Anyway,
I thought they were water wings, but anyway.
that works.
So it's like the place they've been drugged from.
Well, as long as there's nobody who wants to kill us coming from behind us, I'm fine.
I'll keep.
What the fuck was that?
Small tumbling of pebbles as you walk past. It's difficult to discern direction as the tunnel begins to twist and turn and descends and twists and descends. But Grunker, you've been keeping track. The tunnel seems to be headed in a general northeastern direction away from Dune Hollow.
Is Crooker back yet?
Oh shit, I don't know.
Yeah, he BRB'd at like 20 past.
Oh shit. Well,
He totally does notice this thing.
yep, he does. Just to remind him when he's back. You continue to descend and twist around the tunnels in darkness. And very much like Gandalf's staff with the light, Liska holding out her hammer in front, just guiding the way. There's no telling how long this tunnel goes on for as you reach the 4-hour mark. Constant foot travel.
This is a very long tunnel.
4 hours of constant foot travel.
Mm-hmm.
Did I hear that right?
Question.
Yep.
Question. Will we have noticed that if it's going on a slight incline downwards, or if it's just straight?
Occasionally it goes straight, but then it descends. It's never ascending. It just keeps descending, straight it up for a moment, then descends, turns around, descends, sort of a spiral, then continues on, descends.
Sal sort of stops for a moment. This is odd. Let me try something. And Sao looks towards Liska. Liska, I know this is gonna sound weird, but could you lower yourself to the floor for a moment?
You're asking that of Liska?
Yes,
Why?
because I need to check something. And you are sort of, and she just does the round shape. You're sort of filling out the tunnel.
Do you need to look down the tunnel?
No, but I would need unobstructed flow through the tunnel.
Sure. And she's going to, like, take a knee? Like, what? Like, lie down?
Just so she's not filling up more than half the tunnel ish.
Why don't you just step in front of her?
No. That wouldn't work.
Why?
This is gonna sit down then.
And Sao takes a finger, puts it in her mouth to wet it a bit, and then holds it up for a moment, trying to feel if there's wind.
You then pull up your finger. There is very, very faint wind, but it's coming back from where you came.
There is airflow. However, the airflow comes from where we came from. Meaning, and she points downwards through the tunnel, we are likely to run into stagnant air if there is not airflow down there in some form. But given the fact that there is weak flow from here, means something else is dragging onwards down below. So there must be airflow further on. We should tread carefully.
I don't mean to make light of your deductions, but considering creatures live down here, I assumed there would either be airflow or some air-generating flora, like mushrooms or something.
That's not what I'm technically pointing at. This tunnel was not made with airflow in mind, but there is still flow coming through.
Yes. This. If two
We
holes
should-
connect, there will be a pressure difference.
Sao just sort of presses her hands together. Look, what I'm saying is, we should not linger too long while just down here. Likely we would use up what little air there is in the tunnel itself until we can find a more open room. Dwarves are smaller.
4 hours.
I know, but dwarves are smaller. Our group of 4 hours of air would be, well, a day or so for them.
Well,
And
I don't think dwarves would dig tunnels and have things where they wouldn't
But they are
have
basically
fresh air.
low ground, are they not?
I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, the kind of poison that fills mines tends to stay low to the ground, so they'd be affected first.
Then why not build air tunnels to flush it out?
They
Sao just gestures to the length of this tunnel going downwards.
There's no poison?
I still don't understand. Like,
My point is, this tunnel was digging upwards.
is this tunnel going up or is it on a decline?
We are heading downwards.
You're heading downwards.
Yeah.
Either
Right, so there wouldn't be air pressure for any fresh air to come up. Meaning they had to have enough air pressure or enough air to fill this.
Mhm.
And that would imply there was toxic gas where they came from, which would then have to totally fill that lower area and then push up to this area. We
Are
would
you
have
saying
been
that
dead
we're gonna
by
go down into a bunch of dead dwarves?
no, but I am saying, whatever is further down below, we might need to hold our breath.
Either way, we should be careful.
now. Okay. Alright. How about we just continue walking? It has been a long 4 hours. I know I'm tired. You're probably tired. Hell, this might be a great time for us to even sit and take a rest. Maybe see if we need to bandage our ankles, those little blisters. I don't know.
You want to stop in the middle of a cramped tunnel?
I'm asking if we need to. Some of us got eaten by rats.
Really, I hadn't noticed.
Well,
Yeah, I know. If everyone else wants to rest, then fine with me too.
I don't know if we need to. I mean, we can take a short break to eat, perhaps. We've been down here
Yes.
for
A short
I
break
don't know,
would be
for a
nice.
good long while.
Okay.
That's what I mean. It
Make
might
a
be
sh-
nice to have a short break.
Okay, you can take a short rest here if you like.
I want to take 2. That was in
We
character,
have
by
been
the way,
down in the
Jay.
mines now for about 5.5 hours. We've been going for a good bit. It might be a good idea to just pace ourselves. And we can prepare for what's ahead, and if it turns out the air is toxic and we feel like during our little break it's getting too thin and we can't breathe, well, we know we just can't go this way anymore. Sal has a very valid concern about the air quality. Maybe we should test that.
And then we'll just sit down back against the wall,
All right.
eat some ration journey bread shit, and I'm gonna spend a hit die.
Sure. You all take your
Yeah,
your
back
short
to back.
rest here for the meantime, taking out your rations, eating a bit after the long descent down here in the tunnel. So Yun, as you begin to kind of once again you kind of feel the air currents just to make sure you're not wrong on this. You notice the air begins to stop.
Yeah.
Then it begins to blow the other way. Briefly stopping. Feel it briefly swirl around. Goes back to the original direction. It seems there is some form of airflow here.
Short interchange. Sal sort of mumbles a bit to herself. Then she takes out her scroll, which she made one of the previous days, and unhooking a small hammer she has under her coat, and proceeds to cast the spell scroll, which is bound item.
Alright.
Which takes me about a minute, but for the next 8 hours I can basically recall the item to my hand,
Nice.
so long as it weighs no more than 100 pounds.
Okay. Easy enough to do. So, eventually, you all kind of finish your long rest, stand back up, ready to go once again. Ready to head off? Okay then. You continue down the tunnel. Quite another long period of time. Around, down, around and down, deep into the belly of the world. Through
Behind their back,
this,
sorry about that.
through this winding and twisting tunnel. You eventually pass the 6-hour mark. You have no idea how deep underground you are now. The tracks themselves are still present. Vellum. You
Yeah.
smell the very faint scent of decay.
We're still in a singular tunnel.
You are still in the tunnel.
But I mean,
Heading
there's no
down.
other branches. Just.
You saw a couple branches as you passed back, but now it seems to be funneling down into this singular tunnel.
Some smells like shit.
So all these tunnels lead together to this.
Something fucking crawled up and died down here.
It's not overwhelming, just very, very faint.
I guess gonna keep on keeping on then.
Yeah,
Alright.
keep on keeping on until we get to wherever the tunnel ends. Hold up. This is obviously a whisper, but I don't think it came through. Hold up. Very hushed. And then he will scoot around quietly to, like, around Liska's leg and gesture visibly for her to see towards what appears to be a shape on the ground further up.
Okay.
See Liska. You see where he's pointing. You do indeed see just on the border of your light, small shape on the ground.
How small?
Difficult to see. It's difficult to see from this distance.
Is it bigger than a bread box, smaller than a bread box?
It's bigger than a brick box.
I was making a joke, I don't know how big a bread box is.
It's
It's a box you can fit a loaf of bread in.
Yeah, about the size
Okay.
of bread.
yeah.
Bigger than a loaf of bread, got it.
But it's difficult to judge size from this distance.
All right. Well, it's at least 60 feet. It's within 60 feet, so. I guess Liska's going to slowly approach.
Okay. Make your way closer.
Hoping we're listening.
Be hovering the
I'm going
light
to keep an eye
overhead.
out for an ambush.
It appears to be a figure slumped on the floor in a pile of its own clothing and rags, unmoving.
Is there any are there any like small stones or anything around like the tunnel right now?
There's a few scattered stones about.
This is gonna take one and then just kind of like sidearm it
All right.
at the creature.
It hits and scatters off. With
Any movement?
no movement.
Alright, Liska's gonna move forward until she can clearly see. Hammer at the ready.
All right. You can see what does appear to be a pile of rags covering some sort of figure. It appears to be small in size, about a bit more than Grunker's size.
Oh no, it's Grunker. Gappo really did this.
Alright. Like, can I see what type of creature it is?
It's difficult to tell. The rags seem to be covering it.
Going to, I
As
guess, just. Oh, what?
So it's just, you kind of hover the your enlightened hammer over it. You look at the tracks. This appears to be where a singular set of drag marks ends.
Alright then. So it slightly bigger than Grunka, not obviously dwarf sized.
Not from your position, no. Or at least from the rags that cover it.
I guess she'll get like the pointy part of her hammer and like the spike that comes out from the other side of the head and kind of pull and move the rags away.
Alright. You pull back the rags covering the figure to reveal a mostly skeletal figure of definitively a dwarven figure. A few strands of long decayed flesh still clinging to the bones. It's completely skeletal figure. But that's not that's not the first thing you notice.
Is it a beard?
There is the slight remains of a beard on it. Yes.
Okay.
Well, but you notice the skull. The cranium appears to be completely shattered, broken, or missing.
Once again, the player knows what this is, but the character does not. Liska's gonna kind of look at it. Seem it's a bit odd. And then just kind of motion for everybody to come up so they can have a look. She's gonna move on to the other side so they can take a glance at it. So it looks like question. Oh, hold on. First, she's gonna actually finish her thought. It looks like this is where the last individual was. They seem to be missing, or seem to have some major head trauma. They've been dead for a while, it seems, but... And then Liska's going to look, and are there fragments and whatnot of the skull around where this is, or did they bring this body with this head trauma down to where it was now?
You do see, scattered among the remains, a couple of bone fragments that appear to be... definitely appear to be part of the cranium.
Okay, but not like enough to fill the gap, or...
Not enough to fill the gap, no.
Okay. So it looks like this person... I guess, can I make a survival check to see if this person was dragged down here and then killed, or
Go ahead.
dealt this thing and then just kind of like dragged down?
A lack of blood and brains might be a good indicator.
Well, he's been here a while, so
Yeah. So, survival. Hopefully I roll better than previously. 2! Man, I am not
it's
rolling well.
difficult to tell what time periods happened between
Mesozoic.
him being
Jurassic.
God damn it. Between this dwarf being dragged down here or having been killed while down here, it's very difficult to say.
Okay.
Perhaps
Can-
perhaps this individual tripped and fell and shattered his skull on the hard stone.
Tripped and fell on their back.
What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm just trying to see whether or not, and she points down to, again, like the huge hole in the skull, whether or not this was before or after he was dragged down. Whether or not they just decided to kill him because maybe he was being too much of a hassle to drag, maybe he woke up, or, it is...
I see.
I don't know what to say.
There's a few key things here that you can look for when identifying a murder. The first thing is to see if it really was murder. Is there any bruising or anything like that around the head? There was, obviously it had time to heal. If not, well, self-explanatory. You can look at the blood patterns around here, see if there's splatters here. Does he have splatters that lead to the front of his head? Well, then, he obviously didn't lie down on the ground and hit his head that way. No,
Well, I mean,
where's it pool?
But he's a skeleton. There's no blood.
No blood left.
Yeah.
Something stain. Blood will still remain on the soil, just... I don't know how long it all is. But these are just, I suppose, some clue. Here, let me have another look then. If you don't mind.
Mine, she's dead.
Go ahead and make a perception check, Arja.
Perception to look. I was actually going to try and find clues. And use
Oh, right.
investigation.
So yeah, investigation. Go ahead.
I'm not just looking. I'm going to dig into detail on this.
All right.
Right out, search for clues.
Arctur.
Du-du-du.
19. As you kind of lift away the remainder of the rags, you kind of look over the skull and kind of tilt the head to one side, and you do notice underneath the head is quite a large stain of what appears to be dried blood. Let's see, you do also see a number of other bone fragments that look as though they could have been part of the skull.
Oh. He definitely had his head smashed in. Has no brain, but he also has no other flesh, so not very useful.
Did
I
he?
can't help it.
Wait, he had no. How big is the hole, Jenner?
It's about about twice the diameter of, say, a tennis ball.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm reminded of seeing the rats. They had their skulls cracked open and the brains pulled out. I wonder if this could have been a similar thing.
Well, their brains were exposed. They weren't pulled out. They had big rat brain.
I thought that it was, like, pulled out but still attached. Dangly.
No.
No.
Grunk literally pulled one of their brains out afterwards.
Ah, well, that's where that came from then.
But Liska is gonna be like, wait, so he doesn't have any brain at all?
This is just a pure skeleton, right?
This just appeared to be a pure skeleton.
Well, no, I mean, but like, the fact that he doesn't have a brain is like, Liska's gonna look in and she's gonna try to see if she can find any like remnants, like desiccated,
All right.
like to see whether or not like there's actual brain matter that's still
Sure.
inside, but has like,
And
you know.
stick your very very thick finger in your massive.
Well, I mean,
mountain.
if it's this
Here, let me help the
that was a
angle.
table song. Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
like the size of a softball, then she's just gonna like maneuver the skull and whatnot.
Yeah.
to
You
see
kind of
if there's-
stick your large finger in. You kind of feel around. It's empty.
It's been picked pretty clean.
Hmm.
It's hard to get much from this.
Can I make a nature check? Did anybody ever actually make a nature check on the rats?
No.
No one did.
I'm gonna do that.
Does my investigation check, just because I like to study, like, the past battles and stuff, I know that you can tell from certain trauma patterns, like whether something was cut, or if it was broken, or if it's like this triangle shape, that means it's from, like, this type of mace head,
Yeah.
or anything like that. From my time as a healer in treating those kind of battlefield wounds, do I see similar sort of battlefield wounds on
Go-
that? Like, it looks like he
Go ahead and
smashed his head in?
make a nature check.
Who the fuck are you? Fucking bones?
Liska just did that.
Oh no, sorry. Medicine check for you, Arsha. My bad.
Oh, that's what I was trying to investigate with the investigation to see if
Oh.
it was murder.
Right. Okay. So I'll go with the investigation check first. From
Yeah, that's what that was for. All I got was like,
yeah.
there's a blood stain on the bottom.
From
and bone fragments. I'm like, I
Yeah.
figured.
hey, welcome back.
Oh, hey, welcome back, Roka.
Thanks.
Right.
You don't have to tell me more if you don't want. I'm just curious. Like, do I get anything else other than finding those bone pieces?
From what you can tell, it seems as though there was many tiny points of pressure being applied to the cranium before it shattered.
Oh, okay.
Liska, with your 16 nature check, nothing you know from the natural world could have done this.
Well, no, the nature check would be about the rats. Like
The rats.
she has an inkling of what, like, a lot of stuff are starting to kind of like line up, like, and she just wants to like see what she can recall about hearing anything about those types of rats, like rats that have weird like mind control bullshit.
Okay.
Like, it seems like something that
yeah.
you'd hear about.
Again, nothing you know of nature could have done that to the rats.
Okay, so it was done to them, like it's not a natural thing.
This is definitely not a natural thing to happen. For these types of rats to occur in nature, it's not really possible.
Okay. Do I know what, like with that nature check, would I know how then perhaps they would have, like,
They would have
like, well, how they would have come to being? Like, someone, so it's not natural. That means somebody did it to them. Would I know, like, because, like with a nature check, like, you try to recall what you know about a creature, like where it comes from. Like, you do a nature check about a chimera to know that it was magically created, like, and things like that. Like, I'm sure Liska's probably heard. Well, I mean, depending on the roll, because again, 16 doesn't account for everything.
How would I put this? It's
If it's not natural, and if that's all I get, then that's fine.
it really doesn't seem at all natural. Nature checks would be something that would occur in, say, nature, having naturally evolved over many thousands of years, or having had some sort of natural origin.
Well, I always thought nature was just to know about the nature of a creature. But, like, then how would you learn, or how would you recall, like, what would we roll to recall information about non-natural creatures?
That would be an Arcana check.
Like cubes. Okay.
I always figured nature was anything naturally occurring of biological, like physical, that isn't magically affected, and anything really magically creature and like.
Magically affected creatures, I would say, would be an Arcana check.
Right. So the rats were not natural person's brain. Mind control stuff with like the dwarves. So hold on.
I'm gonna link something in the party chat. Is this what you mean when there's many small points of pressure? It looks like it made this big, like, tennis ball size hole.
A bit more jagged than that.
Okay, so it doesn't
same
necessarily look
method.
like repeated tool marks.
No.
Okay. It looks maybe more like a jagged splintering,
Yes.
not like this methodical medical tool.
Something may have. How would I put this? Solving murder mysteries in D&D. Like many points, kind of repeatedly put constant pressure before it finally broke, and thus kind of shattered the skull in that specific area.
Okay.
But that's what you know. It's all you can really tell. So, what's everyone doing?
So I will sort of squat down and generally look at the at the corpse and the fucking brain blowout it had. Trying to recall if if it matches what she's seen of the other dwarfs that went,
If it has the same, if the skeleton has the same anatomical structure as, dwarves.
No. I recall some of the dwarves during the city thing. I don't want to say had a brain blowout, but
Oh,
Lost their head.
right. Okay. Yeah. I see. I see what you mean. Again, this would be a medicine check.
Sure thing.
To see if the injuries here match that of the kind of exploding heads. 19. From what you saw, the explosive heads that you saw kind of surrounding the breach in front of the doors to the Dunehart district. They were less kind of the injuries on the heads were less isolated to one specific area, and more just general kind of exploded outwards. Just bone fragments shattered just everywhere. Barely any skull left. This doesn't, from what you can see, this doesn't appear to match those injuries.
It's not like the others from above. There's no. There's just sort of quotation marks in the air. No blowout. So this is likely something else.
I think. Janner is. Hold on. I don't know if you want to keep this relatively
Short.
Need to ask Janner something.
Hello, is everyone still here?
Yes,
Yeah.
calm the fuck down.
Sorry, everything went quiet for me and I was confused.
Janitor's typing. There are two things that scare me as a player. One, quiet. Two, the GM furiously typing.
Yeah, you'd need to roll for that.
Like, okay. For something existing. Okay. Is it not something that could just be deduced by literally all the signs that are pointing towards it? That's what I'm just like. Does it make sense for me to declare this? You're not whispering, by the way.
Secrets and lies.
You're not whispering.
Yeah.
Okay. Say roll either way. Sure.
Your experience with certain creatures that may be found underground. You don't recall anything that could have done this. Even with the roll you did, unfortunately. Be a very high DC for that.
Okay. Then I know nothing, guys. Sorry.
So just to recap, it's about twice, or basically a hole that's basically 2 tennis balls side by side on the back of the skull.
Yep.
I know that it's made by many small points of pressure that broke the skull into fragments.
From what you can
It
tell.
looks similar to the picture that I linked, except maybe a little bit less methodical,
A bit more jagged, yes.
a bit more jagged, but it still has that like from the outside digs into the skull sort of thing.
Something similar to that, yes.
Yeah, where it's like that's how the sort of concave pattern go. It doesn't look like it exploded from the inside out.
No.
Okay.
Some-
So
it-
something
yeah.
sort of
It looks as though
carved its way into this thing's skull.
it appears as though something seemed to have put many points of pressure from the outside in, and then kind of shattered this kind of jagged hole into the back of the skull.
Yeah. As from the bone fragments, it definitely shattered the skull. This wasn't something that, like, you know, it melted away and left a smooth hole.
No.
Or it was this perfect cut. It was like many little shatterings.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any sort of tool, tooth, any like that marks anywhere else on the skull? Like it looked like something tried to get purchased? Or did it just, like, it could latch onto this one spot and just, like, I don't fucking know, chipped away, broke, bit, whatever the fuck it did on that one spot?
It seems as though it's relegated to this one spot. You do see a couple of the scrape marks across the skull, but it all seems to centralize onto this large hole.
They don't look serrated or anything?
Not
Did
serrated.
it make like a saw cut pattern?
No.
You know what I mean? It's just like a little smooth where something like glanced off the skull until it finally... Okay.
Until it finally found purchase.
Yeah, and got that first little chip in, and from there sort of just pulled it off.
From what you can tell, yes.
Okay. Okay.
So, what are we doing now?
Well,
Guess we're just gonna keep going.
Yep.
All right.
that's really concerning. This was a dwarf, right?
This did appear to be a dwarf. Yes.
This is really concerning. Somehow, something was able to get onto this, I'm assuming man. Judging from the beard, I can't always tell with dwarves. Got onto this man, and, bit his skull open.
Right.
You're saying bit as in, and then she just does the chomping motion with her mouth, or like
Is that another type of
Bit-
bite?
That's my only guess, because here, look at this skull. You see how it's this size? It's a bit bigger than a fist. You know, if I put that up to my mouth, you know, that if it's a larger creature, that, you know, that makes you think that's the chomp size, yes? And I don't know anything about creatures. I'm just guessing at this point. Maybe look up, maybe it's some weird rock monster thing. But these are repeated little patterns where it broke off and made those fragments. Something bit into this and ripped off chunks of bone, and I imagine
Sucked
rather
out
quickly
the
killed the
brain.
man. I don't know. I honestly don't know that, but something broke this man's skull. And it
We
wasn't
need
just
to be
like
on
a
the
whack
lookout for
memo.
something that will be biting our fucking heads off.
Which I say, maybe look up? It's my only guess. Maybe it's... I don't know. Do you know of any, like, weird rock monster creatures that drop on you from above and, like, surround your head and then, like, bore into it? Or does a monster like that exist?
I'm gonna look to Grunka.
Not that I ever encountered. There are things that will bite you, but not necessarily eat your brain.
Well, that's my only guess. I don't know if it really ate his brain.
Well, why else would it make a hole in the head and not in a more softer part?
Maybe that's how it kills it. Some large cats will break the necks, or some will suffocate the prey. Maybe this thing's, a drop predator, and it specializes on dropping on heads and killing you that way. And then it, I don't know, lays its eggs in there.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, there wasn't any brain, so possible.
Maybe the younglings are laid in and then feed on the brain. I'm not sure.
But
All I
then-
know is it's a terrible fate.
But then why would they drag the body all the way back here?
Maybe the thing dropped on the prisoner and then they abandoned him.
Dropped from where? And she looks at the tiny fucking tunnel they're in.
I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea what this is, just that it's terrifying.
Okay. Well, whatever it is, it does mind control. It makes brain rats, and it just really enjoys brains. So keep that in mind. And
Wear a helmet, I hear.
and then going to I guess keep on.
Alright.
Oh. Go ahead and refresh that light.
Okay.
Grook is gonna take the skull.
Sure. Okay. You kind of pull the skull away from the dwarf's body. There's a few, as if the jaw kind of falls away as well, taking what kind of stray strands of beard hair are there with it. You now have the top half of a dwarf skull
With a hole.
with a hole.
You have a whole
So thirsty.
dwarf skull.
You have a drinking mug. Oh no, too dark.
Okay, so continue on down the tunnel, twisting, descending for about another hour before you can begin to see a light at the end of the tunnel. For those of you with dark vision, you see this. It's very, very dim light, very, very faint.
Something's up ahead.
Is it?
Sable and Grunka are both BRB. Well, Gabba is BRB because he has to drive home some drunk relatives.
Happens.
What do you do?
Wait for half of our party to not be mindless automatons.
Yes. So Sal's seen this thing. How far away is it?
It's about 100 feet away from you.
$100 feet off.
Yeah.
I can't see that far on account of my light doesn't reach that far.
How
So
does
I don't know what the...
No, wait, hang on.
How does light work? I mean, you can see sources of light beyond your.
Is it actually emitting its own light?
I don't think you need dark vision to see light, because light is what lack of light makes things dark.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can see you can see a pinprick of light from a good distance. Like,
I mean, we see stars.
yeah, and it's just the in between, because there's a difference between just light directly and then light reflecting off of.
This appears
That's
to
how you
be.
can have-
This appears to be some sort of very very faint ambient ambient light. Like it's
Okay.
like it's probably being emitted from elsewhere, but it's elsewhere further on. But this ambient light is seemingly kind of, you can see it at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, we go to light.
All right.
I'm changing bedding, but I'm still sort of near.
Okay. You venture closer now. You can also begin to hear the faintest sound of metallic tinking. It's a familiar sound, like hammer on an anvil. Vellum, you know it well.
Well, I think we found the dwarves.
Are these the deep dwarves that we want to, question?
I do not know.
I'm not too keen to go first, but, and nowhere left to go but forward, right? Is everybody ready? Things might get confrontational.
I'm ready. And if there is a
Oh,
light, if there's a, and it seems like there's a light source. Does it seem like? It's the ambient light. Would it seem like there is enough to warrant dropping the light from the hammer and orb to, like, not
If
give away
you-
our position, or
Well, if you it's so faint, it's almost complete darkness. So if you were to drop your light, you would be in almost
Blind,
complete darkness.
okay.
Yeah, you would effectively be blind.
okay. All right. Then I guess we'll start
Move it.
moving relatively stealthily
All right.
if we can.
Your
Hmm.
horns are scraping the ceiling.
That's why I said relatively stealthily.
Yeah.
And
So
trust
who,
me, I
who's
know they are.
who's not
I'm
here right
one
now?
that they're attached to,
I think everybody's here.
except Grunka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're rolling, go ahead and roll stealth for everyone.
It's a shame because I was about to suggest, hey, why don't we send Grunka
Oh.
to be our little forward scout? Because he did that before.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Yep.
well, we're rolling stealth.
You're,
I'm not good at these.
Grunker would get
Okay,
advantage
I'm not
on
either.
this.
Why are we having you roll stealth? Why are we even stealthing with you?
because
This is
I'm gonna
pointless.
have to get there eventually, and Gabbo's not here.
Let's see.
I mean, unless you want to give me guidance or something. So, all right, here comes the fun part. Bam. Oh, oops. Still GM whisper. That is a 12, which isn't that bad. With
That is 16.
oh, nice.
Fucking Azure with the save.
16
right.
on the stealth.
So 16, 22, 19 for Grunker because he's got advantage in dark environments. 19.
No,
Alright,
I'm here.
welcome back.
That's,
And
that's
that's,
16
that's
for Liska
guidance.
as well.
Okay,
Yeah, that's good.
so you all begin to kind of stealthily creep into what appears to be, as the tunnel ends, you exit out into a tremendous cavernous expanse. The ceiling isn't visible in the darkness. You make out shapes across this very dim ambient light. This field of tall stalagmites and rock formations spreads up before you, and visible ahead is a large plateau, about 20 feet tall, probably a couple 100 meters across. You're unsure, but what you do see is torchlight, firelight emitting from atop it, causing this ambient light. You can also see across the other side of the cavern this sort of red ruby light, which seems to also be contributing to this ambient light, as well as the distinct shape of atop this top plateau. The distinct shape of many tents. Difficult to tell how many from this angle, but we estimate about 50.
Zoom on him.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I told you that it wasn't my largest map.
Well,
So,
are
Janner,
we in the Undercity?
welcome
I'm at
to
10% size and I still can't see the entire map.
welcome
Oh, I'm out to
to
what is it?
welcome to the Deep Dark Sandbox.
Good.
Jesus Christ.
Well, hopefully we won't be here too long.
There are allies you
My
can
map
make.
is
There are
still not
enemies you can find.
Everything's all blurry. I don't know if that's by design or if the map hasn't loaded in.
It's not loaded yet.
Trust me, Sable. The map is huge. It is
Yeah.
Donald Trump huge.
Huge.
He's
So
fucking.
So you can see this the faint reddish glow emitting from just over the ledge here. You can also see what appears to be firelight in the centre of this plateau. You're not sure, as the ridge is
there it is.
obscuring most of your view.
Everything is not blurry anymore.
However, you did successfully pass the group stealth check. So you are stealthed.
Stealth. Well, all right then. Jesus. Okay.
Getting real Final Fantasy vibes here.
Get outside.
So there is a random light source from here.
It appears to be. It's the familiar glow of orange firelight. You suspect it's probably come from some sort of a campfire.
Okay.
Sao just looks to the party and then looks out to the gigantic fucking chasm filled with whatever the fuck.
Red light.
Well, I take it back. My concern about fucking poisonous gas seems to be, and it's just mild gesture to the mega open air, was mildly overdone.
See? Told you.
Look, this is about the farthest down I've ever been, ever. So,
Giggity.
You're telling me?
I mean, I don't know anybody, you know, maybe except Grunka, who has been. So,
Yeah.
thanks, Janner.
But
Thanks for that.
I got a feeling for Grunker.
So in terms of scale,
So that
how far
picture,
away
so that
distant?
picture that we shot. Oh yeah, let's check. Let's measure distance. 140 feet.
I tried.
essentially.
I tried to get the appropriate distance on the map as accurate as possible. Bearing in mind, some caves in here, some features are more exaggerated than others. Being, a kind of general map. It's not like a true battle map. Very much like the mines.
Yeah, you're good. So,
What would you like to do?
can we see just with the ambient light? This looks like it's a camp. So
From what you could tell, looking around the tents, it's familiar aesthetic of tents. This appears to be some sort of military camp. That you're familiar with this aesthetic, Liska, coming from a military background.
yeah, it's like, well, so we seem to have at least found their forward camp. Judging by the looks of it, there are quite a few. I mean, unless dwarves like to shack up together, then it's a lot more. But
You move forward.
Perhaps-
You can also see a number of other similar tunnels, kind of spanned across this section of the cavern here, all spanning off in a similar direction.
Okay, since we can see now, like the moment we come out of the tunnel, can I like motion to Azure to like cut the light from his staff and the hammer? Because we like are fucking
We're literally
would
just
probably
here,
stand
house.
out. Yeah,
Oh
we just
yeah.
went to an open area with
Mhm.
just light coming off of us.
Then just with a simple, little snap, he
Alright.
drops the light.
I'll keep the light on so you guys can actually see.
Actually see our fucking
Yeah,
token.
yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Oh, what's the marching order here, by the way?
I'm probably in the middle or the back.
All right. So,
I'd like you to be
up
just
front with
behind
maybe
Azure.
Gronka.
okay. So up front and then Grunker. So who's after Grunker?
Maybe Sable.
Yeah.
I'm muted
Unless he
again.
wants to do rear guard.
Velen would
Yeah.
be towards the back if Liska and Brooker would be more towards the front.
Okay.
Then I'll be in the back. Al follows after, and then
Well, I just need to know because I've got the
Yeah,
coloured
so
the coloured things
Liska,
on
Gronka, Azure, Sal, Sable.
Azure, Sable.
Or
All right.
Velop.
There you go. That's why I use your coloured, your coloured, your rainbow colours.
perfect. And you're good to be in the back to protect us from ambushes, right,
Yep.
Sable?
Yep, that's the plan. With my seeing eyes.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Given the kind of length of this thing, how high is this ledge? Like 10, 15,
20 feet.
20 feet? Okay. Can we see from where we are, like, people moving around? Or
You can
can we
see.
not see that yet?
You can't see most of the cap as the ridge itself is blocking off most of your view. However, what you can see appears to be a couple of patrols of what appear to be short, stocky figures, black and armored plate, just patrolling around the edge.
Okay. Liska is like going to start making kind of like general hand motions, and then realizes that they have fucking earrings, and then just be like, "Okay, I see that there are some guards patrolling, so that means that they have to have at least people that they can expend for something like that. Do we wish to move closer to, like, this direction to possibly get a better view of all this, since we're not going to be obstructed by the ledge?
It would be a good call.
And then she realizes that Ajer doesn't have an earring, and then just whisper repeats all that.
Ah, yes. All right, I'll follow your lead. We don't want to be in front.
That's fine.
I'll watch our back. Since this is a lot bigger than we expected. There's no
war
saying
camp.
we won't get behind us.
Alright. In that regard then, going to I guess we'll slowly start making our way
In which direction?
this
That
direction.
direction. Okay.
Yeah.
You can all control this as well, by the way, if you want.
Yeah, but that's never a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so using your earlier stealth checks, you begin to kind of creep your way gradually along the side of this massive cavern. You're passing about you can begin to count them now. But in
6?
about 7, including the one you came from. 7 very similar looking tunnels from where you came out. You can see that rubble has been pushed aside to this sort of between the tunnels, the intersections. As you kind of curl around,
Oh, there's an extra one.
begin to see the full extent of this camp. From the amount of tents that you can see, it doesn't appear to be many people manning it, almost like it's a skeleton crew. That's been left to guard camp while most of the others are away.
So does it seem like the others are away on, like, in these deep tunnels, or?
You begin to put 2 and 2 together, and this is probably where they launched the attacks from.
Okay. So, I was right in my forward camp. But right now it seems like it's a skeleton crew. So, a majority of the tents seem unoccupied, is what you're saying?
Most of them appear to be unoccupied. From what you can tell, looking through the camp, make a perception check.
Alright.
3, 2, 1, and
Is it just
Okay.
Disco or is everyone able?
fucking Christian.
22. From what you can see, there appear to be about 10 to 20 or so deep dwarves. Definitely deep dwarves. You can see the kind of through the darkness from the light that's being illuminated from the campfire. You know, the pale purple skin, the wiry white beards, mostly bald. You can see about 10 to 20 of these deep dwarves manning the camp. And there appears to be approximately 100 or so tents. Ah. Right, yep, Atlas is correct. Need you to roll again.
It's true.
Yeah, you do have disadvantage
And so-
in dim light, my bad.
We're gonna
Well, I
have
mean-
a very hard time seeing.
Yeah.
Well,
If he's
Liska
seeing
is.
it bright light, that's different. But to see what's going on in the dim light around it is gonna
Yeah.
be bad for
I mean,
everybody.
that's only going to affect Azure and Liska, because this entire place is in dim light from what it
Mhm.
looks like.
It does appear to
And
be in
if
dim
you have
light.
dark vision, dim light is treated as bright light.
So go ahead and roll again.
Boop. And it's less.
Fuck.
I'll take back all that I said.
You see nothing.
You see nothing. You see nothing. But you do gather that this is probably where they launched the attacks from. You're not sure how many individuals are here, but that appears to be a lot of tents.
Alright. So again, like Liska doesn't see anything, but that doesn't prevent anybody else with dark vision from seeing anything.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Well, I didn't
Everyone-
want to spam rolls. It didn't seem fair. Plus, I'm at the back,
What?
so
A question: what areas are actually dim light?
Let's see here.
this looks like everything's dim light except
Yeah.
this, which is bright light.
Pretty much everything here appears to be dim light.
So
From
the entire cavern is dim light.
from here beyond is darkness.
Okay, so this cavern area is dim light.
Yeah, cavern area seems to be dim light.
Okay.
Alright, so what are you doing?
do we want to take a break? Because I don't think Gabo's back, and Ducky had to go BRB for.
So everyone's going, jumping AFK, coming back, jumping AFK.
Well, I mean, you know, this is rather impromptu.
yeah. I understand.
But yeah, Matt, that might be actually a good point. We are a couple hours.
Sure, we can take a break.
Plus,
we'll
I kind of feel bad about going too far forward without Gabo.
Yeah. We can take a break for about
Grill it is, man.
10 minutes or so. I can go grab some food real quick.
Yeah.
I too
that
shall
also-
grab a
Not a
sandwich.
bad idea. That's what I just did.
that gives me time to grab a drink.
All right.
All right,
I'll be
guys.
right back.
So, how was my performance as a tree?
I mean,
Exceptional,
horrible.
man.
You didn't leave.
Ooh.
Well, that's just unfair. It's my first time being a tree.
I mean, you
I
need to
don't
branch
know, man.
out, dude.
I think he's doing a good job. He seems pretty rooted.
Ah, fuck you. I was gonna say you need to get to the root of
grounded,
the issue.
honestly.
Oh, well. I don't know, Sable. That's a pretty mean bark you got there.
You cunt! Took my. I was gonna do a bark one as well. Sniping my goddamn lines.
I mean, you shouldn't chlorophyll bad about it, okay? Like,
That's a good one.
I actually do need to go
You
get a drink,
son
so
of a
I'll be
bitch.
back.
Oh, go get it. And so another player splinters from the group.
I always had the power to talk Janner. I was merely awaiting an appropriate time to use it.
Where the fuck did everybody go?
Oh, you know, around.
I went to take a shit and everybody just did quiet.
Well, yeah, because everybody else went to take a shit and make a sandwich and
Real
jumping
shit
jack.
hours.
Yeah, doing jumping jacks and taking a shit at the same time.
Yeah, man. You know, you gotta just get everything flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
This mic for a minute. Man. This is a big fucking map, Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
And back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
return. I am freshly sandwiched.
A sandwich between what? Apps?
I realize that phrasing may have been.
The phrasing wasn't the issue, the company was.
I mean, I think everybody's at fault.
Context matters.
Nah, it's a couple of peanut butter sandwiches.
Unfortunate that all you have is the peanut butter.
It's
good as shit.
I would not put jam with my peanut butter, thank you very much.
You don't like jam?
I like jam on its own. Honestly, actually, no, I don't. I rescind that statement. I don't like sweet things the way savory should be.
So you don't like jam?
Not a fan of jam, sadly. I used
that's
to like it,
unfortunate,
but
buddy.
then it just became.
You have my sympathies.
No, I mean, I used to like it when I was younger, but then I got a taste for like not liking sweet things in certain contexts. Like I lost a taste for warm sweet things and sweet things where savory should be.
I never really enjoyed sweet things, but I'm starting to now. Because I used to be all about like the savory stuff, especially when it comes to like, you know, food and pasta and shit. Now I'm starting to appreciate like finer balances of like sweet and like maybe a little bitter or things like that.
Yeah. Apple pie throws me for
Pastries.
fucking.
I'm a motherfucker for pecan pie.
Just, it's so confusing to my palate. It's just like, okay, it's got the pastry, which is sort of savory, sometimes sweet, then it's got the apple, which is definitely sweet, but it's warm, which is more associated with savory to me. It's just a
It's
mishmash.
also melty.
It's also melty. Which is another middle
It
ground.
has a very
which is like-
interesting texture or consistency. Apple pie.
And it's flaky. Which is a sausage roll thing to me, so again.
It's also kind of crunchy too with the outer crust.
Oh yeah, fuck multiple textures in a thing, I can't stand.
Y'all are weird.
So I mean, just when I think flaky
Why are we
pastry,
here?
I think sausage roll.
Just the fact that like fuck multiple textures in a thing, and yet you say you like, do you not like or not like sausage rolls?
Sausage rolls are, well, back when I used to eat meat, they were alright. Though gristle fucked my shit up. One of the main reasons I became a vegetarian. Fuck that shit.
You're a vegetarian?
Yep. Been so.
Oh yes.
Fuck, since I was 18, so over 15 years.
Right.
No, it was, like 12 years.
I am back.
I see you are a man of soy.
I am not a soy boy, so.
Well, I was kind. I did call you a man of soy, but you know.
I knew what you were driving at, yes.
Is Gronka back?
Sadly not. I don't think, depending on how far he needed to drive to pick drunken people up, but dealing with drunken people is a chore in itself.
Oh, he had to drive somewhere?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he
driving
was
drunk family
drunk
members home.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That sucks. Well, it's kind of
Why are
him to
there
do it. I
people
hope they get
around
home well.
there anyway? We're on a fucking lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's in Sweden.
They have the loose
fair.
and carefree approach, despite of the numbers.
Well, at least in North America, where they just do it out of stubbornness.
That's true. Florida opened up like their beaches again.
I mean, it's
Fucking
full of
Florida.
old people anyway, so, I mean...
No, I mean, it's not the old people going to beaches, it's the dumb people going to beaches.
Yes, but there are a lot of ignorant old people are in Florida, to my
I
knowledge.
mean,
Oh, yeah.
That's true. yes,
And
it is
don't
true.
forget the meth zombies. The meth/bath salt zombies.
Shit, the fucking addiction or like imbibing of illicit substances is a stupid fucking thing in core. Because back when I was in high school, obviously kids couldn't get access to drugs, but there was a culture of like, this is cool sort of vibe going. If you couldn't get,
How
couldn't
could kids
cigarettes,
not
you
get
had to find-
access to drugs in high school? That was the biggest period where people got access to drugs.
Yeah, but in mine was a very religious school, so obviously it was a bit more classed
That's all the
down.
more reason
They were high on God Atlas.
Ah, yes.
Let me
Why
tell you
have
what
to
their-
spell it
what
like
their-
it's a curse word?
Let me tell you what their drug of choice was. Do you remember those Harry Potter sweets with the sherbet in the middle?
No.
So diabetes.
There were. They were like little hard candy, a lot of sherbet in them. They would crack those open and snort the sherbet.
That's not a.
Yo,
It's
Christians
not
are
a drug,
weird,
but it's
dog.
what they associated with drug behavior. And it confused the hell out of me.
Sherbet?
Sherbet, yes.
Just snort pixie dust like the fucking rest of us.
That is basically what pixie dust is. It's sherbet.
I'm back.
That's interesting.
Hey, it's a
They'll
gavel.
have a different definition of
Areas.
sherbet than I do.
Okay. Are we all ready to? Are we all ready
Like
to
sherbet I
get,
associate
to get
with,
back into it?
yeah, with like an icy fruity dessert.
Oh no, that's
Oh.
that's sorbet, I think, isn't it?
Good old
No,
pixie
it's sherbet.
sticks.
Did I hear Gub?
No,
Nope.
just we're deeply engrossed in our conversation about the differences of sherbet, apparently.
Oh right,
But no, I
okay.
think
No
everyone's
gaps here.
is it-
I'm there.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, hey, he is back.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yep,
Shall we
just
get
said
back
he was
into it?
sure.
Yeah.
I will Google sherbet in the meantime.
Sound more enthusiastic about it, Avon. God.
Well, I mean, Google tells me it's sorbet,
Wait,
so...
why'd you say fucking Avon? What?
I thought someone said, yeah. When,
Oh, I love sherbet.
when someone said, let's get back into it.
No, not the conversation about sherbet. No, let's get back into the session.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, and there's mine, rainbow sherbet.
I love rainbow sherbet.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
sherbet. and then
Okay.
there's
D&D.
sorbet.
Shall we get back into D&D?
How
I don't know,
dare
there's
it
sherbet
matter?
involved.
There's no fucking
Are they
sherbet
hiding
involved.
sherbet down here?
I mean,
God damn
I
it!
see like black cherry sherbet over on the other
Okay,
side.
the word has lost all meaning. Let's look at.
Prestigitate my fucking ration to taste like a goddamn rainbow sherbet.
The deep doors all see you when you all die.
Well,
Can't keep me down.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
Eating sherbet.
there.
I'm keeping up the ranks, so I'm keeping a lookout for ambushes in case we have been spotted.
All right.
Those up front, that is your problem.
Well, I mean, we're moving in this direction, so if anything, we're all equidistant to what we're trying to see. So, don't see why you couldn't, like, unless like a comet with a orbiting the sun, like the tail is perpetually facing away from it.
No, I mean my focus is on behind us.
Why are we moving? Okay.
I can't look everywhere.
I thought I said you were moving that way.
I mean, we were. That's why I was saying why Sable would have been able to actually look and see anything.
He would be able to. I asked him to cover the rear though, just in case.
I mean, that's fine, but the rear also
all that
happens to be right beside all the stuff that you'd be looking at.
If I'm allowed to, I can look, but I
Shall
didn't
we-
want to flood the chat with rolls.
Go ahead and make
You
a perception
can't look
check.
Can't look towards the camera. How dare you?
Oh, I forgot to do it with disadvantage.
You don't have to.
Oh, okay,
You
well,
have, you
10.
have dark vision.
You have dark vision, so that offsets that offsets the disadvantage. So it's a 10.
10.
10. Pretty average
One
roll.
more than me.
Beyond what Lisker's already pointed out, you don't see much else. You do see a lot of tents, a few figures kind of walking among them, carrying supplies to and from other tents, and that's basically it.
I relay this information quietly. Or rather through the earring and then whispering it. Actually, you know what? Fuck him. Just through the earrings, no whispering. It's too risky, and also fuck Asher. Just a character decision, Atlas. Nothing personal.
No, I'm sorry. My old man came in to tell me a funny joke about my aunt. What did I just miss in the past, like, 2 minutes?
Absolutely nothing. I saw some things. I relayed them through earring, but not to Aja because fuck Aja.
Yeah. He also doesn't have an earring, but you know.
Yes, exactly. So fuck off.
What he means is he's not repeating it audibly.
Yes, I'm not
Or-
audibly stating it. A, because we're sneaking. B, because fuck Asher.
So you make your way.
Downtown,
Yeah.
walking fast.
Let's see. What you do see what appears to be a kind of expanding out among you. The bottom of this ravine, what appears to be a large field almost of various kind of rock formations jutting out of the ground, stalagmites. What appears to be yeah, there we go.
It's hanging out.
What appears to be the reddish glow here from what you saw across the other side of the cave appears to be emitting from these strange fungal growths across the walls and down far below. This appears to be the ravine. What appears to be is almost as if Grunker, you would know this. Down here, fungus serves more the role as plant life would up in the surface world. So these massive glowing red mushrooms, which almost seem to form the same function as trees. Also see clinging to these stalagmites appears to be some more of these kind of fungal growths.
Yeah.
What you can see also, it appears to be Grunker, you'd see this because of your extended dark vision with the dim light here and everything. You can definitely see this. There appears to be a few cave entrances. Appears to be kind of moving further into this network of caves. You see one here, one here, one here. You can't see what else is kind of further along the side of the ravine here.
Right.
Oh, what else? You also see a 60-foot ledge up. No, not 80 feet. Appears to be here. Appears to be kind of leading into another kind of cave tunnel entrance.
Right. So Grunker's gonna touch his earring and he's gonna relay all of this. So what way do we go? Hello.
Well, if we're not going to do anything with the camp, then I guess. Did Grunker point out the caves and whatnot?
Yep,
Okay.
that's what I did.
I honestly have no idea. So, can we even see this part right here?
Let's see. One of you go ahead and make a perception check as Liska points this out.
I will do the do.
Do the do that you do so well.
All right.
I do the do so well.
You definitely see some sort of small stone structure, kind of poking out of the poking just above the ridge. It's familiar. At least the construction of it is. You've seen this in the basement of your manor. You've also seen it here in the Hunter's Keep.
You fucking what?
Is this a waystone? Or like a way something, whatever the fuck? Or is this, what is this?
Wicked?
Are we
Yeah.
are we unlocking a fucking fast travel system?
Bellum, this appears to be some sort of a waystone.
Oh,
Ha!
hot damn.
Well, that's either good or bad. Probably bad. There's one of those fucking things from like we got back in the house. It's a fucking
A
waste.
Hmm.
That's it.
You think we could use it?
Maybe.
That's a good idea, but I guess it's good to know it's here. I honestly don't know what to make of this.
I mean, I don't know if it's a bad thing necessarily, because don't you have to have a place that, don't you have to have been to the other place that you would be teleporting to? So it's not like the dwarves could use it.
No,
Yeah, but it
otherwise
makes me
it would
think,
be redundant.
what are they used it?
Does it look like it's in use, Janner? Or, well, can we even tell?
It's up on a ledge, right?
As Vellum kind of points this out to all of you, Vellum, yeah, you notice kind of half buried in the top of the waystone appears to be some sort of kind of fist-sized glowing purple gem. Gives off a soft hum.
I relay that to everyone, including the more magically inclined person.
It's a fist-sized gem that gives off a subtle hum
But it's
on
purple.
top of the.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a purple gem.
partly buried into the top of the stone. And it appears as though it's purposefully carved in kind of like an inset gem.
Like a set gem.
Yeah.
And it's inside of the waystone. Or the
Yeah.
waist circle.
It appears to be.
The waystone.
It does appear to be a waystone, and the gem is partly secured in the top.
So wait, there's a gem.
On top of the
And then
waystone.
there's a purple gem.
No.
Okay.
There is one singular purple gem,
So
partly.
there's a rock
Is
stone.
there a purple gem that is in the top of this?
There's a glowing purple gem on top of the waystone.
I
and
will-
That's all you need to know.
I will end all of you.
Alright,
So
because
this is more
last
for
time we had a
Atlas, 'cause-
waystone. Yeah. Last stone, it was like, a glowing gem.
Yeah, and this is also a glowing gem.
It is indeed glowing.
But now there's a stone
gem.
on top of stone.
No, there's only one
In-
stone.
in-
It
in
is
the-
purple.
in
It's
the
glowing. It is on
surface
top of the
this
waypoint.
thing, there is a stone socketed in, and that stone is glowing and purple.
Got it. I
There's
understand.
Nothing else.
God
The
damn it.
hiccup that got me before is because when we had a waystone, it was its own stone, its own gem, right? Like socketed gem. That was a waystone, and now he's saying there's a purple stone on top of the waystone.
No, there's a
So it's
purple
like
stone on top
Double
of the
gem.
waypoint.
I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, okay.
There's
On top of the
Waystones
waypoint.
themselves are stone carvings, essentially, like small shrines.
Okay.
The gemstone is secured on top of the shrine.
The gemstones on top of the waystone.
Yes.
Got it.
Now, are the gemstones a normal, integral part of it? Like we've seen one
You've
on
not s-
one of the other ones we've seen?
You've not seen any sort of gemstone secured in any waystones you've seen before.
Right, so this is different. That's troubling.
You're troubling.
Well, I'm gonna give it a think.
Hard thunk.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing
do we
is
want to head
up-
over and investigate closer? Maybe identify it? Or do we want to sort of...
Maybe because
Yeah, it's up on a
I
cliff.
might have to
right?
get closer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure there's a way around.
Yeah.
I mean, we also have a bunch of climbing gear.
Yeah. Shouldn't be too hard to
If
get
we
up
want to
there.
be on it.
Because it's up, right, Jenner? It's up on a cliff.
It's on top of an 80-foot cliff.
Right.
Yeah, we got that.
Should be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, Python's prevent you from falling 25 feet, so you can put it every 25 feet.
Delicious mittens.
Oh gee, isn't it nice somebody thought to buy spare climbing gear?
It's nice. It's almost
Yeah,
like
good job,
you're
Gronka.
prepared somehow.
Yeah. I mean, I had mine for like half a year, so.
All right, so
Yeah.
so you're making your way up the cliff with your climbing gear, yeah?
I'm not good at these.
I think we should. Yeah.
Hammering them each way, yeah.
That's fine. There's a hammer already going on, so it's not like they're not gonna. So yeah.
Well, previous stealth check was to venture your way around the camp. For this, I'd like all of you to make another round of stealth checks.
Sure.
So Jainer,
Yeah.
because of my belongs in darkness, do I get advantage of this? Because I assume this is dim light.
This is it. This is indeed dim light. You get advantage.
Whoa.
Am I going?
Damn.
Start.
22.
Am I
You get
gonna
any
be?
benefits for being in basic dim darkness?
I mean,
Only me.
people, unless
Oh,
they
okay.
have dark vision, then no.
Okay, cool. Well, that's 10.
I
No, I
love the
don't get
little
disadvantage on it anymore.
Alright, so let me get my stealth up.
Okay.
Get
Can I
down,
assume
show
that-
bad stealth.
Can I assume that Liska's gonna be getting guidance?
Yes, because I know you need help. Because you are in the big heavy armor,
Yep. I'm just gonna
and
keep it.
Chunky armor.
that's gonna impose some
Yeah, it
issues.
is.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna. There's. Okay.
8. Good stuff.
Oh shit.
Rolled a 5 and a 15.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Yep. And let's just yeah, 9.
Fucking. I don't want to say you're cheating, but you are playing smart.
I will say, just as a quick clarification, obviously not applicable now. Guidance is only on things that would take a short time. Any extended action that would be over, like, say, the course of half an hour to an hour or more, is usually not applicable. It's only things that can be done in a relatively short amount of time.
I mean, that's fine.
I know, just saying it for generous sake, because I don't think guidance has come up before in game.
Okay. I need one of you to roll a d6 for me.
Oh, good. Time to see who gets hit by the boulder. Split the difference.
All right. You begin to hear voices coming from the camp. Few voices. And you look back as you are partway up the cliff side. You see 3 armoured figures begin to point in your direction, barking orders.
I think it's only one of us climbing upwards, not all of us. Or did I misunderstand something?
No,
it's
we're
just-
all climbing. That's why we all rolled a stealth roll.
Okay.
Well,
And I thought somebody
yeah.
was gonna climb up and then we'd follow.
Yeah. I thought Gronko was climbing up and doing the Pythons, and then. I mean, regardless.
Well,
they're
yeah,
still
I mean, somebody's got
pointing
to
at us.
set them up, actually.
Yeah, regardless, it's still.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see here.
Siren scrape crashed.
Who's gonna get a bolt in the ass?
Immediately, thunk, thunk, thunk. 3 crossbow bolts. Let's see, who's first going up?
Oh, good. I think, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but I think Gabbo is our resident scout in this situation.
Yeah, sure. You can go
the one?
first.
Yeah, use the one setting stuff up.
Also have the highest movement, so.
Okay. Right, so 3 crossbow bolts at disadvantage. 14.
Nope.
Nope. 16.
Nope.
16.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Armor class 17.
3 crossbow bolts immediately kind of are sent in your direction and slam into the stone right near you, Grunker.
Just keeping on climbing.
All right.
So it was 80 feet up, right?
Yes, 80 feet up.
Right. And do you move at half speed when you're climbing?
Unless otherwise stated, yes.
Okay. So I get 40 if I dash.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2 rounds.
Yeah, so halfway.
All right. So who's going up next?
Is everything set up for the next person to go up?
I mean, I've been using the climber's kit, so there's pittance and stuff.
Okay. Well, Liska's gonna stay on the ground because those dwarves are probably going to eventually get to us.
Yeah, I think Sal should go next because then she has high ground as well for shooting, for covering fire.
Yep.
All right, Liska going up next.
No. Sal.
no.
Saoyun, sorry, my bad.
God, she's not even Siren anymore and you're still mixing them up.
Ah! Okay.
Sorry, Jenna,
Next
I
up.
couldn't help.
So Grunker's gone up. Next up is Saoyun. Then who?
Vellum will go next.
All right.
That was a question, but nobody stopped me, so fuck it, he's going next.
All right. Then who?
Aja.
Sure.
All right.
I mean, do we even have the room for people to like climb up like this?
I mean, I'm sure it's mostly
One after
the
the
order,
other.
like a marching order, but a climbing order.
Okay.
Oh, where's the music stop?
Liska's gonna be taking up the rear, so
Okay. Okay. Let's see. One of you go ahead and roll a d4, please.
My luck is terrible, I pass.
I will
Alright,
roll.
sure. Oh, lucky rolls.
4.
All right. You watch as 4 more figures come from the camp. A few orders are being barked. There's a few yells. More points over in your direction. Grunky, you can understand this as well as Aja. They seem to be alerting the rest of the camp to your presence.
Hmm.
And let's see.
Am I already climbing? Or are we just deciding who's going to climb in what order?
Yeah. I imagine you're deciding who's climbing in what order. Or rather, you're in the process of climbing. Grunker went up first, then Saoyun. In fact, you know what? I'll. Yeah. No.
Fucking fairy fire.
So Grunker went up, then Saoyun, and then Vellum, and then Liska,
Aja.
then Aja. Okay.
No, Aja is second to last. Liska's
yeah,
last.
Liska's last.
All right. There you go. Okay, so
Good.
Can they even fire crossbow bolts from that distance? Maybe.
at
Let's do it.
Disadvantage.
at disadvantage, yeah.
Long range. Yep, checks out.
Yeah, heavy crossbows 400.
Yep. Okay, so first they're going to target you, Grunker. You're the first one up. At disadvantage, that's an 18.
18 hits.
All right. Take you take 5 piercing damage as one of them hits square in the back of your shoulder.
Yeah, I need that.
11 misses, 6 misses, 17.
7 is my armor class.
All right, you can take another 5 piercing damage as another one hits square in the center of your back,
Ah, I need that.
and then a 12 that misses.
Yeah.
So thunk, 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 thunk. 7 crossbow bolts. All right, so your guys' turn.
I guess we get them up in the order.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I love the irony of us emitting dim light in a dimly lit cabin. I know functionally it still works, but it's hilarious.
All right,
Like,
so
look at that slightly different coloured dim light in the dim light.
so Arja and Liska would go last. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll put you there. Meanwhile, Arja and Liska are down near the bottom, waiting for everyone else to climb up.
How reassuring.
Yep.
By the way, Liska's gonna be using like a dodge action this entire time.
Okay. So
Not
it's
that it
already,
matters because they're at disadvantage.
yeah, they're already
anyway,
at disadvantage.
but- yeah.
One of you go ahead and roll a d4.
Sure.
Get it with the 4. I don't know if it's good or bad.
All right, so this patrol here now up to 11 deep dwarves as more of them come streaming out of the camp. They can't go far, kind of make their way about there. Let's see. Bonus action dash will actually just get them out there. No, not bonus action. Reaction dash. They're going to. That's going to be their
Can't
turn.
fire.
Yeah, they can't fire. So they're going to kind of keep coming in your direction. What are you all doing?
Climbing.
All right.
How far is this?
It is what?
It from the bottom to the top, or wherever we are. How
80 feet.
far is
80
it?
feet.
Just 80 feet. And we're moving at 15 to turn. We've already gone up 30,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like that.
Yeah, Runka's moving faster, but yeah.
What does he move? 20 a turn?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
So,
yeah, unless you can dash, then it's...
it's still gonna take them a good while to even get to us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you dash when you're moving like this? Because then it's
Yeah.
40 per turn.
Yeah, you
So
can.
Grunka's-
Grunka's already at the top,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How far away are they? Like 180 feet. Oh, no, 200 feet.
It's going to take them a while to get to you.
Yeah, the short little shitty legs.
Yeah, and they have to go around.
Oh, yeah, that's a fucking... Is that a fucking mountain, or is that a cavern?
That is. So all this right here
that's,
is
that's a
a
drop.
ledge.
It's a plateau.
Yeah, that's a ledge, a plateau.
Okay.
All right, so you still making your way up?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. They're going to fire another volley of crossbows. Let's see. This time at the second one up, which is going to be Xiao Yun. At disadvantage, 19.
Hits.
All right, so you take 4 piercing damage as one of them strikes you in the thigh. Second one, 16.
Hits.
5 piercing. Third one, 20 at a disadvantage. It's
Hits.
8 piercing.
A piercing or 8 piercing?
8 piercing. Let's see. Next,
Shit.
next few volleys are going to be at Vellum.
Oh, good.
That's a 10. That misses. Let's see. So that was 1, 2, 3. You're lucky that was a disadvantage, because otherwise that would be a natural 20. Which misses. Next one. Come on.
So
This
cut out
was-
a little bit for me. I heard misses, but did all of them miss?
2 have missed so far.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure.
10 misses, 14.
Nope, my AC is 18.
Alright.
I need new armor.
I mean, you got a blacksmith. I don't know what the excuse has been. Teasing.
Next volley is going to be at Aja.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna hit.
How about being straight with you?
I'm gonna be real with you, fam.
That's,
Just give me the damage.
9, 6, and 20.
For the damage?
No, 9 to hit, 6 to hit, and a 20. I imagine the 20 hits.
I got lucky. The 20 hits.
Alright,
But damn.
so that is 8 piercing damage.
Okay, let me.
Can
Adjust that on.
how close am I to Azure?
Are you gonna body block?
You're about.
We're right
Maybe.
next to each other, and I can't move any faster than you.
I mean, the only reason I ask is because. Nah, it's not worth it. It's hilarious. It'd be
Okay.
hilarious, but no.
The final one's going to come towards Aja. For a 7 at disadvantage. Which misses, I imagine.
Yes.
Unless you got really shitty armor.
For like negative decks.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've got -6 dex, sir. No got me feet.
Alright. Now it's all your turn.
Quadriplegic.
Quadriplegic. How am I even climbing?
Oh.
You're just riding on
Your sheer
Liska's shoulders.
great determination.
Alright. So it's all your turn. How far from the top?
I know you tell us.
I mean, yeah, we're
Because we
just
think
gonna
you're-
keep going up. Like, I think Sao maybe gets up this round. Vellum possibly, if he's dashing.
I don't think I do. I think
And
we've
that-
got one more round between the two of us.
Yeah.
Alright. One of you roll a
Let's
d4.
see.
I guess
I
it's
will
my
do
turn.
it. Time.
That's my turn now.
Okay,
I haven't done a D4 yet.
Go for it.
Come on, 4. Yes.
Are you-
Keep the streak going.
That's
Alright.
free
Could
for
be completely
free.
horrible for us, but we don't know.
So it's up to 15 now.
Good stuff.
This large gathering of deep dwarfs are now hot on your tail. Let's
Have
see.
they been moving at all, or are they still
They're,
just
they're,
sitting down the fire?
they're kind of running and firing at the same time, so they can't dash. Let's see. Tell you what, they're going to all fire on the largest target, which is Liska.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Literally good job.
Let's see.
26.
Yep, misses. First one misses. Second one misses. Third one misses. Fourth one misses. Fifth one misses. Sixth one misses. 7 misses. 8 misses. 9 misses. 10 misses. 11 misses.
Oh, I love that these guys suck.
12
It's not,
misses.
it's not that. It's just that Liska is.
13 misses. 14
But yeah,
misses.
I'm sure
I like- I
AC,
like to-
having a high AC is a contributing factor.
I like to think that they're not missing, but it's just taking off my armor.
It is. It's just
Ding, ding.
you just ding 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 ding, and it just bounces off the shield on your back.
Doesn't impact. Doesn't impact. Doesn't impact.
None of those hit. You survive a volley of 15 crossbow bolts because Liska's a fucking beast.
I'm gonna look
Not
up at
even
Azure.
survive, just don't even acknowledge it.
I'm gonna look up at Azure like, you could possibly hurry faster.
Ding 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 ding.
If you could climb a little faster, that would be good. It's getting
Like
a lot of
she's
annoying.
very
down here.
nonchalant about it too. She's just like, it's like take your time. I don't want you to fall, but just in case, you should probably move faster.
Yes, the noise is
And
getting
Looks
on my
back to
nerves.
looking back to the poly.
Liska will, though, as she's climbing, as soon as she's like attached to the next python up, she's pulling the one. Like, she's basically removing the rope as she's going with, so
Okay.
they don't have something to climb up.
Yeah, I was actually gonna
Good thinking.
suggest that.
Right, so one more round or two you need to get up, yeah?
This is the final one, and actually we're up at the top of this one.
Okay.
Hey.
You will eventually make it
We're
up to the top. Let's see. Last round, one of you roll a d4.
My turn. Watch me roll a 1. Ah, it's almost as disappointing not getting another 4 to round it off.
All right. This enemy patrol is up to 18 deep dwarves now.
Oh, so that's good.
There's so much for the quiet approach.
So are all
ca-
the dwarves like now chasing us?
You can see there's about half of them from the camp now are now kind of running down the hill, and as they see that you've made your way up and you're kind of pulling the rope, they kind of halt. They kind of speak in a language most of you don't understand. See, Arja and Grunker, you would overhear this here. You hear them. You hear one of them bark orders and tell the others to alert the patrols.
Well,
Well,
want to identify that
Oh, no.
portal? We don't. So if we have it as an escape option, it doesn't turn us inside out or something.
Well,
Yeah. Here,
does anybody have a way ring?
you hear something akin to alert the patrols,
The answer is
block the
no.
exit, block the exits.
That's actually a good question, Atlas.
The answer is no.
Oh, okay.
Siren took the rings.
She took all of them? Wow.
Yes. Well, she had one, Balthazar had the other two, and she took Balthazar with his shit, so...
Fair. Well,
She did. Let's see. Oh, okay.
maybe it's.
Just... What do you do?
The patrol itself begins to make its way around here. We'll consider this combat over for now, but you do see the patrol is on the move, and the patrol itself begins to scatter throughout the different cave systems, presumably on the way to alert possible other patrols in the area.
that's nice.
Right, just in case, to be sure, Sal, can you take a look at that thing before all hell breaks loose, and then maybe we should start actually moving.
I rolled a
away from
17
here.
Arcana on it.
Let's see here.
Also, Venom's going to pull the rope up. Or whatever we were using to climb.
Well, Liska's already kind of done that.
From what you can tell, this does appear to be a waystone that's attuned to a specific frequency.
This is the kind that does require the way ring to teleport to, yes? Or similar device?
Something similar, yes, but you gather it may be on a specific network.
Kind of like radio waves.
Sort of, yes.
So not everyone can go to it. Where the other ones were blue, this one is purple.
This may.
So this is useless to us.
Yeah, well, at least we have higher ground for a while and we can probably move somewhere to hide again. Or escape.
Liska is going to pull out the gem.
Bad news. We can't use that. Worse news. It's attuned to a special one, and you have to have a special item that someone probably has. Possibly even worse news. We might have no way to get out, and they're alerting the patrols. So...
It would be a good idea not to be here.
I mean, I'm still pulling up the gem.
No, yeah, I
Yeah,
imagine this was
go
happening
for it.
while Arjun was talking. Just like, bad news.
So, we might be in for a bad time. Who here thinks they can kill at least 50 deep dwarfs? Show of hands as the hand goes up and he looks back and forth nodding.
Siren.
Sal just
Liska raises her hand.
Sal just looks at Arja and then takes out her gun.
So,
Shall we?
That is a worse end alternative. There might be a way to use that gem. I'm not really sure, but
I'm not
be
worried about
bad.
using it. I'm making sure they can't.
perfect idea.
Wait, hold on. You take the gem from the waystone, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he ripped the whole thing out already.
Oh right, okay. Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
Oh
Oh
shit.
dear.
As you touch it, you can feel some semblance of arcane energy pulling you towards the crystal.
Oof, 2. So that's
Uh, go ahead and roll a 1d8 for me.
You're teleported to a random plane of existence.
4. That'd be interesting.
Oof.
Okay.
The plane of fire.
Oh,
no.
this is it's a little toasty, but
Okay. Hang on, where is it? Shh. Liska, you vanish.
oh no,
Sweet.
that's a problem.
Oh.
Question. Did the gem vanish with me?
It did.
Sweet.
Motherfucker.
That is a big problem.
And now we can't see. Did you
Yeah.
delete our token?
No,
we
there's a
just need to
different map that's
readjust.
up right now.
Oh.
No, it's the same map. You're just in a different place. It's just that big.
I
Okay.
swear to fucking God, January.
Jesus, okay. Do I feel any different aside from obviously being in a different place?
You don't feel any different, although
Well, I'm just gonna remove
making out
blur.
making out the dim light. From what you can see, let's bring stream view up here. From what you can see, you're in a large cavern filled with strange not quite purplish-looking fungus. This sort of strange forest of fungus and stalagmites kind of extends out before you. Kind of this 50-foot drop. There is a you stood on what appears to be like some sort of a ledge, and down before you it expands this. It's about 300-foot cavern filled with this purple fungus.
Do I have the gem in my hand?
You do. You also
I
look over.
at.
you-
Is there a waystone that has another gem in it?
It does appear to be a waystone with a gem.
All right. Is that gem purple as well?
It does appear to be purple.
I will reach out and touch it.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Can I fail?
You cannot. Because
Only you could choose to fail a save.
Yeah. Can I choose to fail?
you want to purposefully teleport with it? Okay.
Yeah, I
go-
mean,
sure.
Like if it, like I'm going to like imagine where I was.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna mentally imagine where I was, and I touch that waystone.
Sure. Roll a wisdom saving throw. Oh no, you choose to fail it. Sorry. Roll a d8.
Sweet. This is gonna be great.
Meanwhile, we're getting bombarded by crossbow bolts and Lister's bouncing around the map, probably.
8.
8. Okay then. Oh dear.
That's not something you want to hear from the DM.
No, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be amazing.
Our front line vanished, and
Liska, you appear back into existence. Right in the centre of a fortified camp of sorts.
Question: do I have both waystones?
You did take them. Well,
Man, this map is being a little difficult. Right there, we go. Okay.
You see what appears to be. Actually, you know what? I'll bring you over to the map.
There we go. I found myself. Sweet.
So
Oh, shit.
Liska's off finding herself.
Right now, I want to throw my hands up in the air and turn the fucking rifle on myself.
Oh, this is great.
alright, go for it.
This is amazing.
So you appear right in the center of a large fortification, a large fortified deep dwarf camp almost, and immediately the. Sorry, I'm pulling him along with me.
Why the fuck are we there?
Yeah, why are we here? This is her problem.
Just so you
Yeah,
can
we
see.
shouldn't be here.
Yeah, just so you can
I
see
don't want to
the.
don't spoil it. I'm looking away.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yep.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Oop, there you go.
Yeah, darkness, sweet, comforting darkness.
Sleep,
All right.
blissful darkness.
Immediately, you notice two shapes before you, two squat shapes that kind of look over as you kind of appear into existence, and they
Liska's gonna shake her head, be like, "Nope," and then reach out and touch the new waystone.
Okay, let's see.
We outie.
and I'm assuming she has the waystones that she's touched so far, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she's just tucking those. She's just tucking those in. Yeah, she's just tucking those in the bag she's carrying. Just like, oop, nope.
All right.
Tuck. Touch the new one.
All right.
Are we just
Fail.
disrupting their entire
Yes.
fucking infrastructure?
Yes, that is why she's continuing.
So
this.
so right as you reach out, you hear something being called out in a language you don't understand. Just surprised and alarmed, and these two barely have a time to before you touch out and vanish.
Roll a d8.
Roll a d8. Jesus Christ.
I'm just imagining the confusion of a pair of dwarves looking as there's a teleportation noise, seeing a fucking mountain folk standing there, just like, where am I? What am I doing? Whoop, gone again.
Yep.
Touch.
This is
You appear
so great.
into a cavern. Again, most of these caverns seem to look the same almost. You glance over towards the wall over here. What appears to be kind of fungal growths that appear to have these. They almost look like jellyfish, kind of partway lodged into the wall. Kind of these long, thin tendrils, and you appear in this kind of this kind of surrounding of these rock formations, and you do see right there next to you a familiar waystone.
Well, I put my newly acquired one in my bag, and I am going to reach out, touch this one.
Roll a t8.
Are you just zooping around?
My favorite thing is the fact that I haven't rolled the same on this d8 yet.
Literally going everywhere.
Funnily enough, you reach out and touch it, and no effect. Roll again.
That's probably the first one that we went to then.
All right. Let's see here. Where's that one located?
So, as Liska is zipping around, Grook is gonna touch his
Earring?
earring. It's gonna be hello, Liska.
Nope.
You hear nothing.
Oh. Just gonna, keep trying every once in a while.
You appear in pitch darkness, Liska.
No, that's something different. In In that case, then.
Go ahead and roll a d6 for me real quick.
Sure.
You vomit from all the teleportation. Travels.
Maybe. Is that a random voice?
Sorry, that was d6? Okay, number 6. No, sorry, not a d6. Sorry, d8.
No,
My bad.
you're fine.
All right. You begin to see. No, you don't see anything because it's pitch darkness. You begin to hear what appears to be lots and lots of footsteps approaching your direction.
I am going to. Obviously, there is a waystone around me, so I am going to try to find it. And since they've probably all been in the same general height, like a light switch when you enter a room, like the same height, I'm gonna reach out and grab one.
All right. Just go ahead and make a perception check with a disadvantage. All right. Sorry. You're effectively blind, aren't you?
I mean, it's still with disadvantage.
Yeah, with disadvantage.
And boop. 2 and a 3.
All right.
Either rolling
you're
really high or
blindly.
Actually, no. I've just been rolling low this entire time.
Blindly feeling out. You begin to hear shrill voices. Ikada, Oknos, Ukat. Something you've heard a language you've heard Grunkers speak.
Our people.
Hmm.
Brothers.
Interesting.
Take me home.
Oh, you better be ready for a genocide, buddy, because Liska is not nice to deep dwarves. Or the deep gobos.
Diva Gavos.
Deep gobos.
Let's
My
see.
hearing is off.
I probably slurred.
So that was that one. Okay. You feel thunk 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 up against your armor as what you what feels like similar crossbow bolts impact your shield.
Oh, hey.
Again?
And also, you hear strange chittering, shrieking almost.
That's a nope.
You interrupted family dinner.
Probably. Going to.
Something scrapes up against your shield. Something impacts it. And also, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Sweet.
Oh no.
Question. I'm assuming that there are more than one creature that's like nearby me.
It seems that way, yes.
Okay, then I get crowd control. And bloop. Man, what is up with like these single-digit rolls? I haven't rolled like good in
All right.
forever.
You take 11 points of psychic damage.
Ow.
And let's see here. Sorry, I'm just trying to organise a few things.
You're fine.
Okay. You feel something trying to invade its way into your mind, but you shrug it off.
Now, where have we seen that before?
Rats. I'm assuming
That
it
means
is.
she saved on a 5.
No, she failed that one. That's why she took the psychic damage.
Oh, right, okay. The shrugging off made me think that she's in. That's spooky.
Alright. So, what do you do?
I'm gonna continue to try to find the Waystone.
Make a perception check with a disadvantage.
Alright. Hup. So, wait, roll twice for me. There we go.
Continuing
8.
to feel around into nothing. You... No luck, unfortunately.
That's fine. It happened.
Alright. Tell you what. Put some of this combat music on, shall we? Fighting,
Am I
in,
combat? Okay.
fighting in darkness.
Wait, that's cool.
Alright. You begin to sense around you what feel some very many small presences, but you cannot see exactly where they are. Oh shit! That's a natural 20. Oh well.
Other thing you don't
you
want
take,
the DM here to say.
You take 14 points of slashing damage as something slices into the back of your leg.
Hold on. I actually need to see something real quick.
You also hear kind of scraping against your armor.
I'm going to, because I can. Yeah, because technically I can. I'm gonna warding maneuver that and get resistance to that damage, so I only take 7.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it right now. Liska might just get fucking ankle bitten to death.
Yeah, maybe.
Assuming it's the rats, this could be something much worse.
I assume it probably is. Anyway, so cool.
All right. Let's see, and then
Jesus.
oh, hang on. Well, next up, you hear the shrill chittering again. You feel something scurry up. Something not quite rat size tries to scurry its way up your back. You feel sharp claws trying to dig its way through your armor, but find no purchase. I need you to make another intelligence saving throw, please. Nice. All right, you feel the psychic energies that you felt previously trying to worm its way into your mind once again. However, this time you shrug off the damage.
Okay. And then my perception check was 8 to find the stone. Failed, so their turn again.
All right. Just gonna keep going.
I mean, yeah. Like, there's... Like, she can't fight. Like, she can't win this fight. She's not gonna
1,
try.
2. I mean, these aren't going to hit unless they roll natural 20, so...
Just roll, bulk roll.
Yep.
Please.
You
10 D20s or, like, 15 D20s, whatever it is.
You feel a number of scrapes against your ankles, against your shield. You flail around, kind of bring your shield up, and you feel scrapes and slices glancing off of them. And then once the creature, whatever it is that's trying to climb up on your back, attempts to dig into your armor once again. That fails. I need you to make another intelligence saving throw.
$12.
That's exactly what you needed.
Sweet.
You once again feel the psychic boring into your mind, but you being a hardy bitch, you just shrug it off as you flail around blindly trying to find this waystone.
Alright.
Go ahead and make your perception check with disadvantage.
One of these days I'll roll.
11.
Hey, 11.
11. That's one over what you needed. You find purchase upon the stone.
No, I have a tattoo and I have crowd control. So crowd control, whenever I have 2 or more creatures within melee range, I get +1 to saves and attacks, and I have a tattoo of major protection, which gives me a +2 to all my saves.
Good to have.
Yep.
Alright, so
Situations like this.
you reach out and find the kind of low, the low glow of the of the crystal, which is barely visible. Go ahead and roll a d8.
I don't even know if I can. Oh, shit.
I'm just gonna say it right now. This entire thing has me fucking smiling from ear to ear in the most dumbass fucking way because of how stupid it is.
I rolled another 4, which is another one that I haven't been to yet. This is great.
Right, let's see where you end up. If there we go. Or should we have it here somewhere?
And by the way, I don't want to bring anything with me.
Not bringing anything with you. Okay.
Yeah, because usually with teleport, you have to actively want stuff to come with you for it to come with you. I don't want things to come with me.
Yep, that's fair enough.
The clever caveat there.
I am teleporting solely by myself.
Find yourself in dim light, but it's light nonetheless.
I look around to make sure nothing's on me.
Nothing appears to be on you.
Fucking. I put the gemstone in my bag. And then I'm gonna try the earring. Hello? Is anybody there?
Let's see the range on that.
I think it's 500, and I don't think.
No, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Great. Well, good stuff. Let's see, how many have I been to so far? I think I've been to 7. I think there's literally only one I haven't been to. 1, 2, 3,
That's the one
4. 5. I haven't been to 5 yet. Nice. Yeah, I've literally been to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. This is amazing. The odds of that. Fucking hell. So yeah, this is just gonna be. Well.
Madness. I love it.
I mean,
Madness.
You set it up yourself, man.
Yep. I didn't expect it to be used like this, but if it works, it works.
I mean, I'm just surprised that the gemstones come with you.
That's because you're taking them with you.
I mean, true. And then I'm just gonna kind of look around, and since it is like relatively lit, and people aren't responding, she literally has no idea where she is. For all she knows, she's just like miles and miles and miles away.
Your own fault, man.
So, yeah, she's just gonna like look at the different. She's gonna pull out the gemstones and look between them, and just kind of lay them out on the ground, and just kind of like, do they look different from each other, or are they all like just basically the same cut?
They look similar. However, now that you're looking at them up close, you can see various, different sort of runic engravings on the gemstones.
I obviously can't like tell what they are, but I don't think I read the language that they're in. do. Can I recall which one was the one that was the first one I grabbed? Like, can I look and see?
I'll say just. Yeah, it can be. You probably notice which one looks familiar enough from the first one you grabbed.
Yeah. Can I? Can I, using my hammer, or just like a small, just utility knife, can I pry the waystone out of this one without touching it?
Pry the waystone? No, you took
Or the
gems.
gem. The gem. Can I pry the gem out without touching it?
Sure.
How?
With a knife? Like, not
Without-
touching it, like,
yeah.
with my hand and whatnot. Like, having an instrument.
Without touching it, sure.
Okay.
So you take out a small kind of carving knife and jam it underneath the gap where the gemstone meets the waystone itself. You kind of lift it up. It kind of topples out.
Okay. Now that it's no longer attached to the waystone, I pick it up,
Okay.
and then I get the one that I first touched, and I put it in its place, and think about the first one I went to. Like the first stone that
Alright.
I was at.
You put it in, touch it, and you think really hard.
Really hard, like
Really
super
hard.
I fail all the saves that I need to do this.
No effect. Probably because you took out the waystone from the first one. There is no. Sorry,
I mean, probably.
there is no gemstone
yeah.
there to go to.
Well, all right then.
How's this system supposed to work?
That is the question.
By just touching and not grabbing the stone.
Yep.
That's probably it then, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I figured that, like, because she took it with her, that, like, the fact that she was able to grab it and take it with her instead of just, like, as soon as touch contact happened, like, at that point, is basically there's no way that she was getting back. And so it was just trying to find a place that was relatively, familiar, but nothing is. So yeah, she's just going to take it back out, get her hammer, and smash this waystone.
All right then, make a strength check.
Can I just do a passive 14? Sure, strength check. I'm gonna attack this motherfucker, and I'm gonna two-hand this. So fuck him.
A strength check, not an attack roll. Otherwise, we'd be just spamming attack rolls all day, and then.
I mean, I am like smashing it, but okay.
Yeah, I've read up on ability checks here. When it comes to abilities here, strength check. Any attempt to lift, push, pull, or break something to force your body through a space, or to otherwise apply brute force to a situation.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Do you want me to roll my damage?
14. This would be your sum total efforts to. This would be your sum total efforts to break this. You do manage to significantly crack it, but not ultimately shatter it.
Okay, so I crack the pillars, don't break them.
Would it be the case? Yes.
Okay. All right then. Interesting. Liska's not used to being able to destroy things with a huge two-handed maul. All right.
What do you do?
She's going to. She already has the gems all lined up. She's going to smash all them with the hammer.
All right, go ahead and make a strength check. I'll say collective strength check for all of these. We'll see how many you manage to smash. 'Cause they're not like diamonds. 14. Okay. You managed to smash about 4 of them, about half.
So there's 3 left then. Okay.
This to be one of the 3 you've managed to make a significant crack into. The other 2 are just kind of spraying out the bottom of your hammer, like you're kind of sandwiching it between your hammer and the earth. It just ting, kind of pings out.
Like a watermelon seed.
Sort of, yeah.
Gotcha. Alright then. Yeah. I guess she'll come back to destroying those later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so she's going to, like, all the shards and whatnot, she's just gonna, like, kick around and break up and just, like, and then, like, make sure that there's basically no way for people to reassemble.
Yep.
And then she's gonna take the remaining ones and I guess pocket them back again.
Okay.
And then there's not much she can do, so let's go back to the party.
Alright, so what are the rest of you guys doing?
Wondering what
Well,
the
you
fuck
tell
is
us.
going on.
She just disappeared, and we have
You have no idea where she went.
20 fucking dwarves basically coming at us that we know of.
Yeah, what's immediately around us in terms of terrain now that we're up here and can see it? There's kind of still just like a bit of blackness going on here,
You
or
could-
is this just like at the edge of the cabin?
You can see what appears to be a tunnel that keeps going inwards. Keeps going down here.
How far off are they?
Sorry?
How far off are the deep dwarfs?
They've just gone into well, a couple of them have just gone into this tunnel here. A few more kind of scattered off that way, and the others are running through the plains here, through this kind of forest of fungal growths and stalagmites.
Okay, the tunnel you mentioned that's up here. Does it? Can I see into it for starters?
Yes, you can.
Can I tell what direction it bends?
It bends down this way.
Right, so it's likely they're going through that tunnel as a means to get up to here. Okay, so... Right, don't know if Liska's coming back, but if she does, it'll be here. So, anybody who can hit him at range, hit him hard, and I'll... Grunker, if you can, help me with this tunnel, because it looks like they're coming up here. And then Velma
Okay.
over to the tunnel mouth, then like be on like the side of it, not like visible, ready to just cleave into anyone who comes in.
Okay.
Well, and an enemy dwarf that comes in, just to cover my bases. And Liska runs in. Oh, hey, I found you.
An enemy dwarf that runs in.
Okay, an enemy then. I'll be more vague.
All right.
But yes, that's what Vellum will say.
The rest of you just holding fast, just waiting.
Oh, no. Because some of you have ranged weapons, we get the idea to use them.
Let's see how far away it exactly is.
I can't actually see anything. Well, I can see things, but not like where the dwarves were.
Yeah,
anymore.
because, well, I can't really see.
Hmm.
Everything's dim light, so it's hard for me to see, but I can see. And were there any dwarves that were still down there? Or-
Most of them have run off to this direction. Others have
Okay.
ventured off to this direction. A couple of them have ventured down here, probably to cut you off. The rest have
Well-
likely ventured off to alert any others that may be within these cavern networks.
This isn't going very well, is it?
Less complaining, more getting ready.
Oh, and what would we do? Do you have a plan?
Use this as a choke point, kill whoever comes through, and hopefully Liska will come back soon, because if we leave and she comes back, she's as fucked as we are.
I'll tell you this right now.
Alright.
Out of all the options that has happened, the fucking Waystone Gem thing was like the dumbest thing that could have happened. But fuck it, it happened. Let's just.
Either way, we're stuck for the moment, at least until we deal with these lot coming up here. Then we can make a move. Or see where we can go from there.
Alright, well, I can't really do anything at the moment to help hold your choke point line, so, I guess we must wait.
Alright. One of you...
What a terrible thing to wait for death.
I'd like one of you to roll a d8 for me.
Okay. Oh, you go ahead and do it, Gabbo.
This is going to determine what reinforcements they can gather.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
Oh no. A lot of boys coming through.
I'm gonna be honest. We're likely gonna fucking die.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, we'll jump off.
So, you begin to see marching up towards, up over the hill, what appears to be the two deep dwarves that were pursuing you, figures kind of emerging from the darkness, accompanied by what appears to be two other deep dwarves. But you see
Shit, I may have to BRB.
they're
Somebody's food is
riding
here now.
they're riding skittering forms of enormous spiders. And I think that'll be us for tonight.
Well,
Because it's way past
Good timing,
it's
'cause I
way
have to go
past
get food.
it's way past stop time. So we'll leave off on that cliffhanger for tomorrow.
Oh, I really wish our front line hadn't disappeared.
It's an interesting scenario. Must touch Shining Gem.
Like, that'll be fine. We've got a solid fucking tank here who's really good at melee and can sustain against a lot of enemies. Ah, and she's gone.
Also, well, this is all said and done. So, Dungeon Master, just for future reference, Dungeon Master's Guide for destroying and damaging objects. Like, stone has an AC of 17 and like hit points of like 27.
Ah, right.
Like page 246, because there's nothing to necessarily like.
Okay, we're back.
You can just, because obviously it can dodge out of the way and it's just swinging, and it is for all intents and purposes an attack roll. So just page 246, Dungeon Master's Guide.
Okay. So, until tomorrow then. We'll see how the hell Liska's going to get out of this mess.
Oh, she's not.
No?
Like, again, I said she's not. Like, the moment the Waystone came with her, like, there's no way she was getting back. Like, it's just, like, instantaneous. Like, so, yeah. And it sucks because the party can't, like, know or do anything about that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because no one got like sending or anything, so.
Boy, this is gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
Audra's just about to say, "Well, we could use it, but there's a good chance." I grab and break it. Oh. I mean, I fucking love it because it's definitely Liska. It's just like, can I solve it with violence? Well, no, probably. No, I can solve it with violence.
No, well, she just took it out. It was just sitting there on top.
Yeah.
Like
And
it
she,
was obviously part of a thing. So, like, if you just disassemble it,
Yeah. I mean,
didn't
you know,
didn't expect
I'm
it to
joking.
come
Like,
with.
neither did I. To be fair, whenever we interacted with this stuff before, it didn't come with. But this one's purple, and it's weird.
Yep.
That doesn't necessarily mean you should have known. That's not what all I'm trying to imply. Just
no,
that,
yeah.
you know, never trust anything that's purple.
Yeah. Purple bad.
Purple is bad.
Are you saying Balthazar's bad?
Yes.
Yes.
Like obvious.
I mean, like, the least bad thing he did was try and save Grunka's life. I think that's the one altruistic thing he's really done. And even then, it's still kind of self-serving. We're like, no, the one competent person that isn't Siren. No offense to everybody else, but, you know.
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
And look what
Grunka
that guy
is literally the fucking pillar that is keeping that group.
feels like it almost.
I mean, fucking Grunka MVP.
Yeah, look what they got what that got Balthazar.
Yep. Got him
Died.
death.
Yeah.
Ride for his homies, die for his homies. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You know it.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
it's
so-
interesting. It's a shame I missed half of it, but yeah.
I'm sorry that you missed half of it, dude.
You didn't really miss that much of the half though, so it's
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. To be fair, the part UOA was mostly just like blotches of silence and you spend 4 hours walking down a hall or stuff. Like, we really didn't do anything while you were gone. Specifically because you were gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to
drunk family members.
yeah, that was the second part. And the first part was that I had to do some chicken maintenance.
Some what?
Chicken maintenance.
Chicken maintenance. Got it.
Maintenance, yeah. So they have this I don't know what you call it in English. Hang on, let me Google it. There are some mites
Ah,
that are a specific thing that birds get. That, you know how bird legs are basically scales, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so
Mhm.
these are the kind of mite that kind of lives under those scales. And they produce calcium, which makes growths out of, like, underneath the scales and kind of, like, bulge out. And, like, it doesn't necessarily hurt, it just kind of impairs movement and maybe a bit itchy. But it doesn't look very nice. So the way you treat that is that you take a substance like Vaseline or something that's thick, oily. We took some like something you put on like horse hooves that apparently works
yes.
pretty well. And you basically slather it on their legs, making like a layer, which will then
and it suffocates
Suffocate
them
them?
and they have to come
suffocate them, so they die, and then hopefully
Yeah, we have in Texas. We have. I mean, I guess it's also in the South. We have a series of we have things called chiggers, Dhiggers, that
Yep.
basically it does that to humans. Like they bite and then kind of get in underneath your skin.
I heard about those.
Yeah, and so you just put some nail polish or something over the top and it suffocates them.
So yeah, chicken chiggers. I guess. Yeah.
Chickers.
Yeah. So yeah, that was what I did first, and then I drove home. Said people that help with that. So yeah.
Still,
Well, there you
Yeah.
go.
I mean, I imagine tomorrow will be better with less interruptions because it's a
Oh yeah. No,
dedicated D&D
tomorrow
day.
is like. Yeah, I mean tomorrow is like actually booked day. So.
Yeah, I'm excited to see
Hello.
how things will eventually go with
Yeah, this would be interesting.
yeah, especially like what are we gonna do with Liska, because you know
We have zero idea where the fuck she went.
Yep. There's no way for her to get back.
realistically speaking, she's abandoned.
Yeah, I listen to be even if we manage to get contact with her with the earrings.
I'm more
Maybe.
concerned that now there's basically an army of 50 dwarves.
That's even
That
if
are-
it's just the ones from the camp. There could be 50,000 other fucking settlements.
Well, let's not look about that right now. We've got an army of 50 dwarves that are storming up to us. Some have rather quickly sequestered riding spiders.
Oh, good.
Yep.
But yeah, I think a good number of them went off to get reinforcements. So maybe it's not the entire 50, but not great either.
Yeah. This would be fun.
I was hoping our ranged people might shoot people a bit.
Don't tell me how to play my character.
I
Well,
know. I
haven't
feel like
had
it
line of sight or
brings it up
range.
so much.
No, you're good, man.
Sure, there was reasons.
I'm just gonna. I'm sitting here, wondering, what in Liska's mind made it good sense to touch the fucking gem.
Because all other waystones that she's interacted with, you have to want to leave.
Fair.
So, yeah.
But this is purple.
I mean, she's also seen blue, green, and red.
What could possibly go wrong?
Like, there was nothing that indicated that it was gonna be like, hey, this is a thing. Like, sweet.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Either way, the deep dwarves are not a problem we can solve right now.
Nope.
So our best bet is to evade once
Retreat.
we deal with this initial wave. And
Or
then,
retreat.
well, yeah, that is. Well, that's what I mean. Evade and escape.
Retrade?
Betrayed.
Evite.
Evite.
Retrade.
That sounds like some fucking
Yeet.
verbal component for a spell.
Evite.
you.
We got
Thank
two
you.
immediate options. We either go through the tunnel and deal with what's coming, like with a bottleneck, or we just yeet ourselves off the cliff we climbed to get here.
I mean,
Since
there's,
they all came around and went elsewhere, they might not expect us to just sort of go back down the way we came.
I'm sure those people are still probably down there, though.
I'm sure there's a couple down there, but not as many as there could.
So, I'm going to stop recording here till tomorrow.
All right.